Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you and know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get the news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjama, River to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat my prejudice, my brother, to spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a nose up?
I, somewhere, Gongwen Koga, do solemnly swear that I will support, uphold, protect,
and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia.
And protect and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia.
Bear true faith and allegiance.
Bear true faith and allegiance
to the Republic.
And
will faithfully. Conscientiously. And impartially. Discharge the duties. The functions of the office of Senator of Nima County.
And discharge the function of Senator of Nima County.
To the best of my ability. So help me God.
So help me God.
Mr. President of the Senate and Presiding Officer, Madam President Project and distinguished members of the Senate, the Senator-elect has been duly indulged.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. With that said, we'll ask Senator Yam Twine to please receive the Senator and take him to his seat.
Around the ministerial complex will pick up from somewhere around the old Unity Party headquarters. It's going to elevate and fly over the entire ministerial complex and get down somewhere before you get to the police zone 3. Okay, so that means if you're not going to the ministerial complex, you don't have to be on the ground. You can just elevate and use the overpass, which will decongest the traffic situation there. There will also be 2 service lanes on the side, which will still be used by those who want to go to the ministerial complex or leave on the ministerial complex and continue to town. But if you're driving, you have nothing to do with ministerial complex, you just fly over. So it's going to be that overpass.
So Minister, is this squarely your initiative? You started it, or you made it in a discussion stage? No, it's good again, that we get back to this kind of thing.
Again, we come back to this.
Yeah, no, it's
important. But let me just say this.
Right.
We designed it.
You designed it.
Public Works.
Right.
We asked the European Union for funding to design our intersection. In fact, that included Vamuma, Cali Junction, Nigerian House, the Ministerial Complex, SKD Boulevard, EAW Junction. In fact, the EU did that for us. They did the designs for us preliminarily. And it was based on that concept that we engaged the Chinese when we were at the Ministry of Public Works. And the Chinese agreed to fund the project. So that is prior to the coming of the Weah's administration? Yes. Okay, so when the Weah administration came, they met that project, agreed to be funded by the Chinese. But in terms of concluding, they signed the agreement they signed it.
Okay, let's move.
But they did not execute it.
Okay, you were
designing
executed.
it.
Right.
Government is continuity. You move. They sign it.
Government.
Samuel Gongwen Koka,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
uphold,
protect,
and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia,
and protect and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia,
bear true faith and allegiance
bear true faith and allegiance
to the Republic,
to the Republic,
and will faithfully,
conscientiously,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties,
discharge the duty
the functions of the office of Senator of Nima County
and discharge the function of Senator of Nima County
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
To the Republic, and will faithfully, conscientiously, and impartially discharge the duties and functions of the office of Senator of Nima County
And discharge the function of Senator of Nima County
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Of the Senate and presiding officer, Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished members of the Senate. The senator-elect has been duly inducted.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. With that said,
So
ask
the-
Senator Yam Twine to please receive the senator and take him to his seat.
elders will make a special statement.
That I, on behalf of the Liberian Senate, welcome Senator Samuel Koka to the House of Senate. Senator Koka, this is the House of Elders. Here, we live together by respecting the views and opinions of others, regular consultative meetings, and regular reporting by committees, as you are already aware, with a clear and well-defined agenda in the interest of Liberia. We look forward to your smooth transition as we embark on the second session journey in the legislature. We will work with you in the next few days to have you properly positioned on the appropriate committees where your 14 years of legislative experience will be utilized to the benefit of this body. ROA will present all the information needed for your work at the close of today, which will include the Senate rules, the Senate journals for information and your record. Your office will also be assigned with a tour of the Senate, and all the information for you and your staff will be presented. Again, we say congratulations and welcome to the House of Elders. Thank you.
So the protein.
Madam Nyombli Kanga Lawrence, President Pro Tem of the Liberia Senate, distinguished colleagues of the 55th Legislature, citizens of the great country of Nima, member of the Full Estate, fellow Liberians, ladies and gentlemen. Please let us stand for a moment of silence for the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson, former Senator of Nima. Amen. Please be seated. To God Almighty be all the glory, honor, and praise. It is by His mercy and divine guidance that I stand before you today, not just as a man, but as a servant of the people. My journey has been one of the faith, perseverance, and unwavering dedication. I am forever grateful to the Almighty for allowing me to reach this historic milestone in my public service journey. Let me extend my deepest and most heartfelt gratitude to the resilient and progressive people of Nema County, Electoral District Number 5. In 2011, you believed in me. You entrusted me with responsibility to represent you in the House of Representatives. That decision set the stage for my growth in national leadership. I remain extremely grateful. Your belief in me back then was not misplaced, and your faith today has lifted me ever high. Thank you for your unwavering trust. To my colleagues in this Liberian Senate, I sincerely thank you for the warm welcome. It is a great honor to join this august body, one that plays a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of our nation. I want you to know that my presence here will be nothing short of positive. I am here to contribute constructively, to collaborate honestly, and to represent passionately in the interest of the Republic of Liberia and the people of Nema County. As a proud member of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction MDR, I am fully aware that the task ahead goes beyond party lines. I stand here not just a partisan politician, but as a national leader. I will work with all of you, regardless of political affiliation, because the people of Liberia deserve unity, not division. They deserve progress, not politics as issue. I come to this Senate following the passing of the towering political figure, our former senator and godfather, the late Honorable Prince W. Johnson. He was a man whose influence and legacy still echo across our country and the country. The people of Nema, in their overwhelming numbers, voted me to carry the torch he once held hard. I do not take that lightly. To the people of Nema County, I hear you.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
Oh yes, Spoon is going to tell you what is happening in Liberia, what is happening in Africa. What are the people talking about? The views of Liberians. You get the analysis.
You want to know what is happening.
And of course, this is where we talk Liberia. I'd like to welcome all of you tonight. It's a great way to be back on another edition of the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. Thanks to the many of you across the world who always make up time to join us. Thanks to all of you, of course, who join us by means of radio, social media, and across. We want to appreciate all of you. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's going to be a great show. Kindly share the program as you join us. My name is Nelson Collier. We are live across the Spoon Network. Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1 and other frequencies across Liberia. Thanks to all of our partner radio stations for relaying the program. I want to welcome all of you tonight. Let me just recognize a few of you joining us here tonight. Let me start from up here. The first person to comment on here was Coco Zakura. Coco-ish Zakura. Thank you for joining us. I see Andrew Gia. Andrew Gia is here tonight. Francis Ray. from New Jersey. Thanks for joining us. Adama Boyka Sharif is in tonight. Nathaniel K. Hill is following via YouTube. Thanks for joining us. I see Tatas Bua is here as well. Nathaniel K. Hill, thank you for joining us. V. Alexander P. Morba, are you related to Morba Zokia? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Jerry M. Sipo Jr., thank you. He says the volume is low, but I guess it's better now. Thank you for joining us. Julian Dolo is following from, I know that play Neo. Closely from where Argentina. Thank you for joining us. Joseph, henceforth, Joseph, thank you for joining us as well from New Jersey, Trenton. We appreciate you for coming on. Francis F. Tamba, thank you for coming on. Ruth Goba, thank you as well, my Ruth. I see John Oberle is here tonight. Moses Momolu has joined in. William B. Morris is here. Thank you for joining us. Edward Gower Jala, thank you as well for coming on. Kindly share the program as you join us tonight. It's going to be a spirited conversation. You don't want to miss this edition of the Late Night Show for anything. David Kalu, thank you for coming on from Rhode Island. That's where you're joining us from. Mark Kamo, thank you. And I see Kafumba Kroma is here. Otis Quitty is joining us. Bintu Dukle coming on as well. We appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. Thanks for following the show. And it's a good thing to have all of you joining us tonight. It's going to be a great conversation. There's a lot happening across the country. Interestingly, we didn't get to bring you the show last evening due to the different activities now. The Capitol building, there's the opening of the legislature, and a sign there. Most times we'll have to take the Mondays and the Wednesdays off to get ready, be there, and do what we can do. But I appreciate all of you for joining in, and thanks for coming on tonight. Jerry Lacour, Joe Praise, all of you, thank you for joining in tonight. Let's go into the show. Let me bring the team on. I see Honorable. You know, I call the man Honorable because the man says he wants to contest. I don't know who the man will be contesting against, but Moba Zokia, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on. Did you meet with some investors today? George has the famous name for those investors you're always meeting with.
Don't matter, George jealous, you know. CDC was in power for so many years. George really carry one investor in the country. just sit over there, eat free money.
No, but George had Australia for We Are organization. He printed Australia for We Are t-shirt. So
no, man, we
gave Australia to President George We Are, but
no, listen,
George printed Australia for We Are t-shirt.
Nelson, we ain't talking about printing t-shirt. When I print t-shirt, you know, like doing the election.
And the man says he disagree with you.
No,
That's
no,
like
listen,
no. As soon as we call George name, George appear on the show.
No, but listen, let me
one investor they bang and go collect.
No, listen, let me cut now. Listen. When during the election, you saw I printed placards. You saw it. During the election, you saw me I get t-shirt or I put millions of people out there to campaign. You saw it.
Whoa.
Is that in
Wait, millions of people?
You want to sign the
millions of people?
Who said?
But look, Nancy, I'm coming 1 second, right? Nancy, let me be realistic, right?
No, Mama.
I come in, I want to be a conversation.
You will not skip this conversation, Mama. I will go you not skip. Yeah, but how can you put millions of people out when we had just a little over 1 million people?
My man, I'm just emphasizing on the numbers, right?
You say I get lying. I get lying.
No, but listen, Nelson, that be listen.
But you're not being real.
Me and George, right?
No, say you take it back. Say you take it back.
Okay,
take it back.
Listen, I take it back. I'm medium, but I put people out there. People will get my placard.
Because the reason why I'm holding you on this is because you criticize former finance minister Samuel Twe when I don't know if it was mistaken. Maybe George would say mistakenly, but Famula would say it was not mistaken. But when he said they took 27 million people out of poverty, Famula said that's not true. All right, but you criticize him. But here you come,
I take it back, but I put
millions of people out of vote.
Look, Moba, don't be a coward to take anything back.
No. I mean millions. The men know what. The men know the
yeah. Tell my million. Tell my million and defend it. What kind of
Can I give me 1 second? No.
We already took it back. We have
no listen. For transparency, I put a number out, right? I put a number more than Josh. Josh never put a no number. I put a number.
And then you went with 17,000.
Millions of people out there.
Look at the ANC/CDC /ANC dot.
You know, but guys, it's a great way to get started tonight. Hoping we can have a great conversation tonight. Anthony says he hate to be called 1%er. That was Anthony's Unification Day message. He hates to be called a 1%er. Anthony says we've transitioned from political period to no more activity in the country now. We are all Liberians. So you must stop calling him 1%er. So Lynn Lacour, Ruth Goba, John Fireman, all of you in the comment section, I can call the man 1%er. At least you can call him 1%er just once in the entire show. But he says he doesn't like that.
No, hold on. Nelson, what are you trying to say? You are telling them to say it one more time again? No. I'm just trying to understand your message.
No, just one time. No.
The last time.
Okay, so the message is when somebody is used to doing something, you can just call it off at once. You know, so you can start cutting down on the ground.
I mean, they are not, reach the level of understanding election is gone and we are on a different
anyway. My man, I stick my man.
Listen, Nelson, the reason why we don't go anywhere in Liberia with anything we do, because we label people. The only way we can make our point is to dismiss people, denigrate them, call their name, because they
man, I won't stop you. Hold on, you're a soldier.
But anyone who resort, let me say this to you. Anyone who resort to denigrating people, dismissing people, you are intellectually challenged and morally bankrupt because you cannot hold a conversation without talking down on anyone.
Nothing about it.
But
I'm just being honest.
Anthony,
don't even go that route. Don't even go that route.
Now you justify, my man.
We're gonna get the show started. I want to say welcome to everyone. Anthony, we're gonna end the show with that conversation. I want to welcome everyone. It's a great way. It's a great way to be back.
And they need to be told that.
Yeah, it's a great way to be back, and I want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. And there's a lot happening across the country. And we may not have the luxury of time to go through all of the updates here, but most of you followed the different activities from the election at the House of Representatives to the induction of Senator Samuel Koga as a full-fledged member of the Liberian Senate today, to the different activities. Honorable Kofa, former Speaker of the 55th Legislature, put in for a 2-month leave today, from activities at the legislature. He needs time to cool off, a medical break and all of that. On the flip side, we're talking about the asset recovery team. The House of Representatives is summoning the chair of the asset recovery team, Councillor Martin, to give update what has been the achievement of the asset recovery team, since in fact taxpayers' money is going towards that. What have they achieved? They're supposed to appear before that body to speak to that. And there's a whole lot happening across the country. We hope.
The data finish, oh.
Nelson, what's going on?
Nelson, data finish.
I'll show you the men that are finished. Men, they are not finished.
Oh, you coming there for with me again?
My man, I didn't know.
But you must not come argue. I made my point. The men that are finished.
Gosh, the men that are finished.
Government and
but la government can get people data, or like money can get data.
I mean, whatever is the case, Baga is in charge. But he's not working at him.
No, I think working at Jovia. But
So,
you know
we're working at him. That man in charge, we're working at him.
The man back. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, so guys, sorry.
That's your data finish or what?
Yeah, my data finished.
Yeah.
The man did not finish. You see the way
yeah. So all of these are different activities. We want to just touch on them since we didn't have a show last evening. So we can get the show started now. Let's start with the speakership.
No opinion today. Eh?
No, let's go straight into the show. There's
I thought you were going to say what's on your mind.
There's a whole lot to talk about tonight. We will do you will do your closing. You know, obviously, what's on your mind. You talk about that during the closing, and all of that. But let's get the show started. And I really want us to get started on this note. Today, the senator of Nema County was welcomed at the legislature, at the Liberian.
Let's go.
Senator Coca lost.
Yeah, I think people keep calling Nelson. Probably that's why.
But no, but the man are using a phone to run a show. That on a phone. How do you call it?
They're probably at the network.
You see how you get thinking about this?
Guys, we are mature enough. Even if Nelson is not on, we can conduct ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So let me go ahead here, guys. No, it is an incredible time to wait, my man, because you're not moderator yet. Let me talk.
But listen, my man. Oh, I'm not okay. I'm moderator, but I'll go in order, right? I agree. Yeah. Let me start from normally.
Go ahead, Muhammad. Go ahead.
I know, my brother. Normally, you know, we can take it from down there, go up. Then you can say what you want to say until the next thing come out. Let's start, brother Anthony. That go 1 minute because next thing come out anytime.
I strange today,
your 1 minute.
Watching Senator Koga, you know, introductory speech to the Senate, and this is the guy who's been a lawmaker for over 13 years. He went at the Senate like he was a rookie lawmaker. Like he looks strange in the place. I know he's in the House of Senate, but it is the same building, just different wing of the building. And his appearance today he looked intimidated, in my opinion, from his body language, from reading of his own speech. Like, you know, words, if somebody had written the speech for him or something, and like he didn't go over the speech, struggling to read his own speech and things of that nature. I mean, I don't know if he was never, what were the kids, it was, I don't know, but he didn't look comfortable. There was no, I didn't see somebody who walked in there with confidence and whatnot. We hope to see anything better. Another thing that struck me, this is the guy who led the majority black. He talked about, you know, he took the oath of office today and reciting that he will uphold, defend, and then protect the Constitution of Liberia. So God, help me, God, kind of thing. This man violated the Constitution all through her.
Anthony.
You know, and so I mean, it just struck me. It rubbed me the wrong way today. So that's my opinion of him today.
Thank you. Formula. What on your mind? On the next thing come back.
Thank you very much. And I want to start by saying,
I'm not too loud, my man. Lower it small. You want to bust my eardrum here.
That's your problem, oh boy.
You even care about me. You see the problem.
So let me start with my people in Radio Land. I want to say thank you so much for taking up time to come and listen to us and for us to discuss Liberia. Congratulations to the people of Nema County for balancing the power in their county, showing out a unique structure of unity in their county. And also I want to hail and congratulate the ZAC of legislative politics, Samuel Gongai Koka, for taking office, and he has been absorbed in history as one of the most historical and consistent and political figure in the history of the legislature. So we wish him well. And the House of Senate is different from the House of Representatives. It will take him a few time for him to settle in, and we know that he's going to be a very strong disruptor and a very strong fighter for the interest and the people of Nema County. And also, I want to quickly end on the issue about he making sure that the majority voices were heard, and he ensured that his mission was accomplished when he sat there and watched a peaceful, legislative election. And he said, "Behold, my time is done, and I've fought a good fight, and it's over. We have returned back to our normalcy." Congratulations to our Honorable Samuel Koga. We look forward to seeing you in more and more and productive things that will take our country forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Formula Josh.
Look, I don't know whether it's my opening or it's about the video that Nelson was playing before he left. But what I want to say is that, you can see, just do this as my opening. I'm a little bit conflicted, about the happenings in Liberia. It is sad for me to, to voice my feelings or my opinion out there, because I will be brushed aside as one door and a stupid sedition, not as a Liberian, but I just want other stupid sedition or angry sedition. And because of that, it is hard for, Liberia to come together. And that's why, it is very difficult for us to speak in one tone, because certain people in the country feel so superior. They feel that we are, if you don't agree with them, you are either stupid, they will label you some name. And because they label you that name, sometimes you feel inferior. Let me tell you, unknown to yourself, you feel that you shouldn't be saying what you're saying. And for me, it's not fair. Everyone should have a voice in our politics, in everything that happens in our country. Everyone should have a say, and people should be respected for what they think, what they say. We can all argue and come to a conclusion, but people should not be labeled. And I just want to join my brother Anthony for calling 1%. Regardless of 1%, Anthony, yours is better. Even us, that people chase after in other countries. In Liberia, they say we're stupid, we crazy, we don't know anything, we dull, that's what they can call us. But that's what Liberia is. But I just want to come to a conclusion here on my opening to talk about the saga that happened at the legislature, especially in the House of Representatives. I think it is sad. Kun held onto power, held onto everything, held the country hostage, even though he knew that he was not the legitimate speaker. He held on to everything. He did not resign. He did not until the guy who was the actual president resigned before he said, okay. And guess what? When he even went to election, he still had the motorcade behind him. He still had all the immunities to him. So I don't know why people would think that was a free and fair elections when this guy still had all the powers as a speaker, all the immunity as a speaker, even the pay as a speaker. And when they stood there, it was just a formality. That's why it comes to my mind that when somebody who President Boubacar supposed, once the President Boubacar wants something, he will get it at all costs. He will ignore all the voices that are coming when he want to fire you. Even if you did nothing, he will put a crime on your head, and then he will take it from there, and you will have nothing. And that is the breeding spot. That is the issue that bring about the unity, and the unity lead to conflict, and conflict lead into the chaos that was being spoken about by the former vice president. Because when people disagree and they cannot find a way of resolution on a disagreement, when they cannot find a way to settle a disagreement, when people brush it aside, they become disgruntled. When people become disgruntled, chaos erupts. And that's the issue that we want to avoid in Liberia. And I want Liberians to come together. We are the future leaders of this country. I see myself at the center of Liberia's politics in the coming years, and will make sure to make Liberia a better place. But we have to start from here. We have to tell our people, educate our people that do not, denigrate others just to put your point too. Do not, try to put other people down to step on their head to grow. Let people step on your shoulders. Thank you, and let's have a wonderful show.
Thank you very much, Josh Wheeler. Let me do my own opening on the, from there we can take 30 seconds on to next thing can come back. First I will start with Serena C4. You know, I saw a video today. I think yesterday, right? Yeah, because yesterday I was a little bit busy, but later on I saw the video. Former government official or lawyer who looking at a law enforcement officer and calling a hungry man. Let's think about this, right? We all live in a Western world. We all live in a society where we believe that the law should be the law, no matter who you are. The law, first of all, the law is blind. The law don't see. If you're driving a car, even you are the passenger in that car, right? And you got a driver. The police have no right. As long as the police not ask you, you don't have the right to talk. As long as they ask you, you don't have the right to talk. You don't have to identify yourself. But when I saw that video, what ran to my mind was, in Liberia, people use position to intimidate police. They use position to look down on people. They use position, more especially government officials, lawyers, who sort of know the law. They use these things on police people because they feel that they get more authority over police. And look at, he insulted our brother. He was just standing. Look, that guy was one of the most disciplined police officer I've ever seen. He stood over there. The former, Serena Siva insulted him, but nobody talk about it. They say it's political. Nothing about that is political. I don't want to do my opinion. I don't want to do my opinion on that because it really get to me. We all understand. Just in a country when police put war, the police are going to ask somebody that saw him that he didn't want to ask for registration, insurance, and things. If the police want additional information, the police will ask the passenger. Maybe they will say, okay, who are you? Then they will ask you before you respond. But you can just tell the driver, say, don't respond to him or don't respond to her. I think it was wrong on the lawyer side. He said he's a lawyer, but then he's the one that breaking the law. He's the one that breaking the rules of the country. But we come here, we say it was political. That'll be real. I will stop there and we'll just take 30 minutes, 30 seconds back with the same topic, and then we'll transition.
But Mova, you got me a little confused. You watch a video that we didn't watch, you commented on the video.
No, that's my opinion. I'm not bringing it out to.
Even if it's all on social media.
No, but video don't lie. What lie?
Hold on now. I'm not arguing with what you just said. Mm-hmm. I'm saying to do justice to the show, to do justice to our listening audience and our viewing, audience as well. Yeah, we should have a sample of that clip so that way we can have a say.
Yeah, I'll put it in the group chat. I'll find out, put it in the group chat. Don't worry.
There you go. But yeah. I mean, we don't have it. We were discussing Samuel Koga because we saw the
No, I agree. Our opening was I was doing, but I just want to flag that because it really get to me and stuff.
So,
No, listen now. Although we're on the topic, but nothing all concluded and he went off.
I understand.
So we were just, and I said it from the usual state. I said we can do our opening until nothing can come. And I want to call you up, but Josh understood me that why he said yes, and he started doing his opening. That why I never called Josh off.
Right,
because Josh there in the Koga thing, but you understand. But now we can go to the. I don't know if you want to go to the Koga thing on your side, that's fine, or you want to go back. Or you want to do your opening, that's fine. Now, I think Nancy sent me some information. I want to get from my computer. Let me.
Oh, you got a computer there?
No. I get him.
Let me leave the Samuel Koka thing.
I get him.
On the 25th of this month will be,
all the topic is
African Unification Day. The AU. So. I saw today on the media, and I think I shared that confirmation, that information with Nelson. Hopefully, Nelson can share today. The Ministry of Justice gave some group of Liberians a permit to actually do a march on the 25th of May, right? That permit is out there. I share in the group chat, and I hope that Nelson will share that permit so we can discuss the matter. Is in solidarity of One Africa movement, the Pan African movement, in solidarity of also the Captain Ibrahim Traore and the rest of the Africa coming to rally around this whole movement. So the permit is out there. The Ministry of Justice have already approved of that permit, and a copy of it was given to the police IG. And so in the coming days, they will also meet with the team and the police IG to, give a clarification as to what the route is going to be. And, Liberians are encouraged to join the march if you are in solidarity of this group. So I share that information in the group chat, and I hope Nelson will publish it, so that other people can view it. So it's a legitimate group, and they are already giving a permit to march on the 25th. So it's 9 days from today. So that's what I'm talking about it. So, I want to say something to what Famuda said. This quote unquote balance of power is a disservice of misleading information, because there is no such thing called balance of power in Nima County. Let's face it, there are 11 electoral seats in Nima County. Do we have a balance of power? Because when you talk about balance of power, you don't limit it just to the Senate. The balance of power should be across the board. The word balance of power, it clearly speaks for itself. You don't need an interpretation of balance of power, right? So balance of power should not be limited to the level of the Senate. There are 11 electoral seats. And also currently in this administration, 2 ministerial seats have been given to Nima County, both of them from the Geo Belt. So there is no such thing as balance of power in Nima County. Just stop misleading the people. Be honest with yourself first, then it will be easier for you to be honest with the next person and the rest of the other people. The honesty is not in you. You're not being honest. There is no such thing as quote unquote balance of power in Nima County. There are 11 electoral seats, 9 representative seats, 2 senatorial seats. Let's look at the 9 representative seats. Are there 5 Gio and 4 Mana? No. So how can you speak of balance of power on a public radio, a bigger platform like this, when you know it is not true? Your information has to be succinct. So I gave you the opportunity to respond, my dear brother Famuda.
Thank you. Famuda, go ahead. I'm trying to get information about it.
All right. Thank you very much, Anthony. You see, that's why it's sometimes important that you pay keen attention to people when they're talking. When I spoke, I was not impulsive, well thought about, and I said to you, there's a balance of power in the House of Senate. We balance it out. So we are not discussing the other parts. If we're going to do things, we have
to talk about it. Nima County in totality.
Wait a minute, Anthony. I was very quiet when you were talking, so just keep it like that. It is a gradual process. Look, I've said it over and over and again. Leadership is about influence. It is the special ability of the leader to obtain followers. And that leadership is what the vice president exhibited in Nima County. What happened in Nima was historical. All of them agree that we are not going to revert to what previously happened when we had 2 from one tribe. And the vice president gave the all in all riches of the fallen hero because it was something that they have already discussed, and they said we need a time that we will have to balance it out. And it happened for Yan Tuanwe. And he, the vice president, stood against Senator Johnson, the late senator, and told him, said, no, we all agree that we should give one to the man people and we keep the other one for the other group. So they balance it out because this is the House of Elders. So we start from the upper house and then gradually it will go down to the lower house. So it's a systemic process. It's not something that's just going to spin. Now bitter ball is selling over there. It takes time and process, and there's a time and season for everything. So the first one had already happened, which is the upper house, and they are taking it down to the lower house. And Anthony, look, what is happening in Nima County? We should not just go over there with our anger and all in the name of we want to prove a point. The people in Nima County already moved on.
Formula 30 seconds.
What they wanted to do to set up the balance of power in the upper house, they have already done it. It is on them again because I know that the vice president had conversation. He said, we will ensure, in fact, it is a campaign promise said during the campaign in that trail. If you have listened to most of the conversation, he said, we are going to ensure that we balance the power out in every area, not only for the man and the damn people, other groups, other tribal groups that are there who are in the minority will also try to balance it and bring everybody to make this inclusive. And that's the reason why we have the Mandingo quarter represented. And gradually you have other people going in, but it's not going to happen the way the ANC people want to have it. And just because ANC just can get hastily grab things and run with it, that's the reason why politically you guys have become a non-entity. Thank you.
Formula, you did not address the issue. You spoke of balance of power for one section of the county.
I don't move on.
Look, Anthony, I already told you that the staff on the upper house.
Yeah, let's move on.
You can only be that's your only strength of defense. So that's you. They're dismissing that.
Guys, sorry, I had a break in. Where are we? Is it
Nelson.
Look, we are just saying something in Sako till you can come back, Nelson.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. First of all, thank you, for giving us the platform as well. But we some like for Anthony, George, and Formula, they already discussed the Koga issue, so we can move on. We won't got to go back to it again because of time factor. So you can come on another topic. My brother Ture just coming, or probably if you want to give him 1 minute to lament on it, that's fine. Or else then we can go to a different topic. Thank you.
And that's also share information in the group chat about a permit.
I'm going to check here. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
But Ture, you give me quick 50 seconds on that permit.
Ture, welcome to the show. You want to weigh in on this one? So the Nima County senator was finally inducted today. But interestingly, he was telling the Liberian people that our people want progress. They don't want politics. And, as we're listening to the Nima County senator, now he's no longer senator-elect, Honorable Senator Simon G. Koga, we're asking the tough questions, and maybe we want to go back a little to see as to whether this legislature can work without the politics, as to whether the progress he's talking about can rather be a reality without the politics. Now, because a lot of people say the legislature is the biggest political theater. But the senator was saying, at this point, our people need progress and not politics. He was saying it's going to work. Now, but even before he came up, the pro-tem Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence took this podium, she took the stage, and she said, look, Senator Koga, this is the House of Elders. Here, we address issues differently. And if you come here, you should make sure that you are working in line. I mean, Ture, maybe you just want to weigh in on this particular aspect because we will transition shortly. But why do you think the pro-tem came up the way she did? Especially trying to put the the senator in check, giving him an idea of how the legislature work, especially saying that the Senate is the House of Elders and they address issues differently.
Well, checking him in that manner, especially having been his first time there, on a day of him being sort of like initiated into the Senate, I think that was ill of a leadership demonstrated by Madam Lawrence. To be quite honest, look, Simon Cogar, obviously, he's not strange to politics. Certainly not strange to legislative politics, obviously. But even at that, there is a difference between how individuals are expected to conduct themselves in the lower house compared to the upper house. And in our professional jurisdiction and all of that stuff, Nelson, if we happen to get promotion, let's say right now I serve as a supervisor. Now, if I should get a promotion to be a manager, there are certain way that I need to carry myself opposed to the way I'll carry myself as a supervisor. And somebody will have to drag me on the side and say, yo, man, this is a different venue. This is a different territory. This is how we're supposed to do things around here. On a low, opposed to just putting me on a blast in front of do you
really think the pro tem put him on a blast?
I mean the way
and maybe we should go back to the just few seconds to
okay.
Let's take just few seconds.
I think I disagree with Joey, Sasha.
The Vice President and President of the Senate, my distinguished colleagues of the Senate and colleagues of the House of Representatives, our guests, family members, chamber staff, members of the Fourth Estate. It is with great pleasure that I, on behalf of the Liberian Senate, welcome Senator Samuel Cogar to the House of Senate. Senator Cogar, this is the House of Elders. Here, we live together by respecting the views and opinions of others, regular consultative meetings, and regular reporting by committees, as you are already aware, with a clear and well-defined agenda in the interest of Liberia. We look forward to your smooth transition as we embark on the second session joining in the legislature. We will work with you in the next few days.
I mean, and this is exactly where we are. She took a little break, look at him from the other corner of the building, and said, here, we address issues by respecting the views of others. There's a set way we do things here. Do you really think she was retrospecting? She was contemplating on the history of Senator Samuel Cogar in the legislature, especially given the different revolutions and movement that happened at the lower house that resulted to the removal of speakers and all of those different things. What do you think was running through her mind when she addressed Senator Cogar, especially on that particular aspect?
Well, Nelson, if we know anything, we know very well that there is Liberia politics and there is Nimba politics, right? And we know the people obviously in Nimba, they are proud people and they move different. And look, matter of fact, I'll take some of my position back because you see, Nelson, context do matter. Having played the speech given by Lawrence, I'll take some of my position back. But you see, Nelson, I'm going off of it from hearing from what you said. You know what I mean? And I think all my colleagues can agree with me on that. But you see, Nelson, I also believe that, a wise man once told me that for you to have a context, you must first of all digest the text. And I think before we can have opinion on issues, and I know you're always doing this, Nelson, you're always playing these, tapes so that we can have a full understanding of what was said. So I will apologize to Mrs. Lawrence. I think it was absolutely clear what she was trying to do was to sort of like, set up some working set to have the senator oriented into the working of the Liberian Senate, which is obviously that's why you expect from a leader, and I think that's what she was trying to do. But but thank you again for playing that tape for me. That have definitely changed my changed my position that I initially had.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So Anthony, you can take your position back here.
No, but honestly, I disagree with you because we do that in the corporate world, right? When the new employee come on board, or if somebody get promoted within the company, we do something called onboarding, right? Where you get your tour, you get the new protocol, the everything else that comes with that particular position and all that different thing. That's why Yomlikanga did today. She's the pro tem. She said, look, we will give you your staff, the information you need, they send a rule, and blah, blah, blah. She's setting the groundwork for him. I don't think she said anything that
my man, I finished getting team, but I don't know why they giving you the time, my man.
Cindy, you want to come in on this one?
Yeah.
My man, make it explain. Anthony.
Good evening. It's good to be here, guys, with all of you. Nelson, I just wrote in the private chat. This doesn't really benefit Liberia.
I read that.
This topic doesn't really help Liberia in any ways, but like the brothers have said, Toure said it, Anthony said it. It's just a procedure that needed to be followed. The Senate pro tempore is the head of the Senate. In the absence of the vice president, and she is giving the procedures that are required for the operation of the Senate. Like in the House, over the last few months, we have heard the House always reference the rules, our rules, the House rules, the House rules. The Senate also have their rules. So Madam Lawrence was outlining some expectation, basic expectation at the Senate. So nothing there that was, done in any ill format or any there was no ill intent. It was to welcome him and to give him some basic guidelines that help with the operation of the Senate. I look forward to discussing issues that really benefit Liberia. I'm tired of talking about these politicians, to be honest. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sandy. Francis, you want to come in just before we transition? I see you. Have you been following through? If not, then we can transition at this point.
No, I think I got it. The only thing I have a small concern a little bit. I wanted to know from you, Nelson, how many people can press a button for somebody to come on? It's just you or other people? I want to know that.
I mean to lead to the back today because when you can't get disrupt. Yes.
You see? That's the reason I'm asking the question because I was backstage for over 20 minutes. I was backstage, other people show up. That's the reason I asked that question. And that's not good, Moba. This is not personal thing we're doing yet.
No,
it's not personal. You don't need to do that.
Francis.
Yes.
I think we can have all these other conversations in the back. Let's go.
Yeah, but he already answered, and that's the reason I asked.
No, but
I don't want to make it personal in the back. I want everybody to know that I've been backstage for over 25 minutes. I'm looking at the time.
How do you know that there weren't other people in the backstage too?
My brother, I'm looking at the time. I was backstage before 2 people joined us. And they show up.
I apologize to Francis.
No, they don't want to do that. That's the same mindset we're talking about. They will not say. Ain't heard what Moba said?
Francis, you are disrupting the show.
I'm not disturbing the show. This is a legitimate concern. You don't say that, Sandy. That is just easy. Every small thing, you just want to politicize it. I hate to say it. I don't have the.
Guys, let's you are on the radio.
We cannot address these things on the show, Francis. Francis, you are not the only person in the back. I must say this. You are not the only, even as we speak, there's someone in the back. Do you see the person in the back? No, you don't see the person in the back. So I think it's fair we go to the conversation.
Nelson, I see myself. I ask simple question. I just need a simple answer. But you won't do that. Let's move forward. Because I already know the mindset. Let's move forward.
Robert doesn't have access to the controls. I have a technical problem and I was trying to reconnect. When you were in the back, you didn't hear me talking. I wasn't on. I had technical issue and I was trying to
Nelson, can we move forward? Let me make my contribution. You already said we're not talking on the show, and now you say talking.
Yeah, make your contribution.
Let me make my contribution on the issue of, the administrative leader of the Liberian Senate. So, Madam Lawrence Kanga, I know my brother Anthony talked about onboarding and orientation. That's not a manner of onboarding and orientation. That's not how people do it. If you were to refer to the modern way of doing it, the 21st century and 2025. When you look at the body language, where somebody in speech that welcoming new member and they take a break and look around in one corner of their surrounding. Yeah, there's a house of elders. Who doesn't know that? We do things different here. Or we respect other people's opinion. If I were to look at the context and look at the body language of her conversation, she was giving a straight jacket warning to Samuel Koga. That place coming from is different from this place. That you're not saying you were doing what they don't do it yet. That the elder here. This player that the elders here. When I carry 10,000 naira to my power church, don't say shit. Don't say nothing about it. That's why nobody told that man. But like somebody said, we get Liberian politics. Hey, I know, right? I know. You're sorry. I take that back.
Yeah.
All that thing you're doing over there in the House of Representatives, don't bring it to the senators here. Yeah, we are elders. When we do things, we can keep it regular. We get 100 people in our offices. Nobody see them. We don't take it outside. We keep it here. That's not onboarding. That's not orientation. People go and sit down and they flip paper, smooth conversation, walk you through the building, other offices, and people are like, she could actually say something in that line, and then committee comes in and all of that. She didn't have to advise the man, he's a child. Samuel Koga is not a child, he's not a newcomer in that building. Yeah, I get it. That particular session, that particular part of the first branch, he's a newcomer, but you don't address an adult like that. Somebody who was elected by over 50,000 human beings. And this is not his first time contesting, though. So I don't think that approach, especially that portion of the conversation on the part of the Grand Bassa County Senator, I don't think that was really that needed to be on camera. That that the House of Elders will do things differently. We respect other people's opinion. So Samuel Koga doesn't respect other people's opinions? Is that what she's saying? So I don't think that was okay. I know other people did opening statement. I don't know whether I can do my opening in addition to this, or this is just it.
We actually over 2 minutes. They want to opening statement. We're actually going to do closing. We will do our closing, but let's transition at this point. I see Emmy is trying to join in. We'll bring you on, Emmy, once you're ready. But the asset recovery team, as most of you are aware, there's been lots of conversation around that. A team set up to restore or retrieve stolen assets belonging to the government of Liberia. to streamline individuals who were entrusted to manage state resources and all of that. This particular thing was set into motion by two executive orders now. The first one, and there was a renewal of the executive order. The House of Representatives on its return have taken keen interest in the activity of the asset recovery team. Now, because this is where state resources has been going. The government of Liberia have been pumping in some money into the asset recovery team to make sure that that body functions properly. Speaker Kuhn, his first session after the election that was just conducted, the floor today made a decision to summon the head of the asset recovery team. And why do they want to summon him? They want to know the progress. Okay, so since we put the money into this thing, what have been the progress made so far by the asset recovery team? Now, the legislature or the House of Representatives is saying that the asset recovery team should come with a comprehensive report on her achievements since the body was established. But looking back from the time this asset recovery team was established and all of that, executive order number 145, 126, and all of those executive orders, what can we point to? Is it fair to say that the asset recovery team have tried her best and politics have taken away from the actual progress that the body or that particular team should be making? Now, the lawmaker who raised this issue was P. Mac Jury, Honorable P. Mac Jury, and he's saying that it's important for the Liberian people to know what is happening with the asset recovery team and the property retrieval task force, and what's going on. What have they recovered so far? I mean, given everything we know so far that has been going on with the asset recovery team, what do you make of the conversation now at the legislature? Now, because there could be a defining moment. The legislature is powerful to a point where they could decide to not give the budgetary allotment or to not allot anything in the coming budget for asset recovery team, and that would be the end of that whole thing. It will be the zero, the very end of it. So do you think we're on the right path here? Or is it fair to just look at everything that's been happening, everything that's in the media, to know that, yes, asset recovery team has been trying, but the code processes have been stalling the progress of this body? I mean, let's go around with this conversation. Maybe you want to come in, Cindy. Emmy, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. Okay, so Fambola, you want to come in on this one?
Yeah. So Nelson, I think it's important that every section of the government that is benefiting from taxpayer dollars be held accountable for the kind of work they do. Look, this shows that the government is civilized and the government is serious, and the government is not in the interest of wasting and the high end taxes of the ordinary people. So if asset recovery that came to being after a presidential how you call that, proclamation or executive order.
Yeah,
presidential proclamation or executive order was set up with the sole purpose of recovering stolen assets or people who accumulate unaccounted wealth. So that responsibility was given to them so that they can go after former government officials to ensure that they give account of how they get whatsoever they have. But Liberia is a very small place, and not many people are so much interested in putting the country first. So we've heard a lot of terrible stories about people on the asset recovery and about how they went Nicodemously on the ground to collect and seed, so as to bury some of those artifacts and some of those stolen wealth from the state. We already know. So I think it is in the right direction that the House. I hope this is not just for a mere charade. I hope the House is ready. They have already done their own due diligence to get enough caution. We don't want them to go over and go after any caution.
But family, is it fair to say that even aside from inviting or summoning the head of the asset recovery team, Councilor Marty, is it fair to say that even the legislature can just go back on everything that's been happening, the code process, asset recovery, seizing vehicles in the streets? Other people say, no, you can't seize my vehicle, I bought it 3,000, and other people say the whole, I mean, just everything that's been happening. Do you think that someone is necessary?
That's the due diligence I talk about. So the House should already made that and do all of that, everything, comprehensive findings, and make sure that the people coming before the House, they should get the necessary caution, the hard caution, not to go give them friendly and passing caution, like you go in lecturing with your son on some kind of football game. They shouldn't go do that over there, because this issue is something that has been pressing on the Liberian people's heart. It is something that they said in during the campaign that we must go after people who stole money from the ordinary people. And people, in fact, we know that there were people, there were ransom given to people that will come with good information. So I know that the committee have accumulated enough information. So the only thing that I'm hoping for, that the House should not go over there and go turn that place into a community theater. They should go there and make sure they have the hard question to ask those guys and let the Liberian people know that they are not just receiving their salary.
But what do you think should be some of those hard questions in the first place?
Look, there were people of interest, and we know there was some time that teams were politicized. Then it was because of the asset recovery that the quote unquote name about witch hunting came about. It was one of the reasons why Liberians never knew about what they call witch hunting. It was until when they set up the recovery before they brought up witch hunting.
Thank you, family. Thank you.
Yeah.
You want to come in, Anthony? You are muted, Anthony. I don't know what's happening. I can't hear you. Okay, yeah, maybe you got a call. Cindy, you want to come in?
Yeah, Nelson, I can come in quickly. I mean, this is part of the House of Representative function. Part of their responsibility is to have an oversight, or to have oversight over the executive, and to ensure that the executive branch of government operations align with the laws of our country, and that they are doing what they say they will do and what they should do. So the House, calling the asset recovery team, basically to have the team
a comprehensive report.
Right.
The House is saying what's the achievement.
Right. Give them the comprehensive and detailed report, and they want to focus on the progress they have made, the challenges they have, and their operational methodology. What we have seen over the last almost 2 years since the establishment of this team is that their operation has not been as effective as we would expect it to be. Not effective, it's not efficient. There has been a lot of rigmarole, as we say in our Liberian English, on that team. The focus for me has been on one person mainly, which is Finda Bondo. So it's important that the House understand what the operational methodology of this team is. What have they achieved? What are their challenges? And it will be important also that after the House has identified the challenges, that they will come in to streamline, to help, to provide the necessary resources needed for this team to operate effectively. We need the asset recovery team to operate effectively. During the campaign of now President Joseph Yuma Boakai, asset recovery was the biggest, one of the biggest, I should say, on his platform. We were all on the show yelling, shouting, crying out that President George Weah built 1 million condominium, and I'm being a bit sarcastic here, but that President Weah and his team stole from the Liberian people. We will have hoped that by this time, there will be some recovery of those stolen assets. So for the House now to some of them, I think it signifies a strategic shift, towards highlighting, their parliamentarian oversight of the executive-led initiatives. And I hope that this significant investigatory power that they have will ensure that this team is successful. The lawmakers also, Nelson, we should understand that they are interested in the legal basics for the asset, recovery or asset seizures, right? What they are doing is illegal. And that's why they will be looking into their operation. Is your operation legal? For instance, the arrest or the seizure that have been made with Finabondo vehicle is illegal.
The Gracious Rat situation.
Exactly. So the lawmakers, I believe, will be looking into that as well. I believe, though, that the hearing will focus on or will provide us an opportunity, or the lawmakers an opportunity to assess, whether the task force has maintained some level of impartiality, or if they have been, I would say, politically manipulated.
So, yeah, just lean on that thought. On that thought, let me.
Right, that if they have been politically controlled. I mean, I hate to say this, but I want to say from what we have seen so far, that this team has not been successful because there has been a lot of political influence.
And that's exactly what I was coming to, Cindy. Just to zero in on this, if you were to rate the asset recovery team, given the mandate that was given to that particular institution, on a scale of maybe 0 to 10 or 1 to 100, what do you think? What significant impact do you think this asset recovery team has made over the past going to 2 years now?
That give them 10%.
10 out of 100, Cindy?
10% at this point. Yes, they haven't done anything much. Nelson, and I'm not being funny. I'm being real. The asset recovery team, and you cannot blame the team. I'm not blaming the team. The team has not been empowered. They do not have the financial resources to do the work. They do not have what it takes to do the work. The government has not been fully supporting this team. So you can't blame the team. Also remember that within the team, when the team was set up initially, we saw fight, internal conflict, where other people actually resign. So instead of focusing on the work, we saw that immediately in the beginning, we started seeing internal conflict. In addition to the team not being given the necessary resources they need to do the work. So my score is not based on it's not really affecting the members of the team. My score is based on the fact that the team has not been fully supported.
I will hope
And
now.
who do you think is not supporting the team? Is it government or the citizens?
The government, Nelson, the government is not hasn't given the team the necessary resources they need to function effectively. I will hope, though, that with the lawmakers now having some level of oversight, that from this hearing, they will identify the challenges. For me, I want them to focus on the challenges, that they will identify the challenges, and that they will help. That they will help this team to operate effectively and efficiently. Nelson, I have argued on this show, I'm going to end on this. Asset recovery must be efficient. It must be done efficiently, timely. If you waste time, Nelson, storing assets will disappear. They will evaporate. I think we are wasting enough time. And therefore, some of the storing assets are disappearing. And it's unfortunate.
Thank you. Toure, Sandy just ended on the note where he's talking about stolen asset disappearing. We're talking about an asset recovery team that has been in motion now with 2 executive orders. The original one and the renewal of the executive order 146. But Sandy, Toure, what do you think is happening here? Do you really see the asset recovery team as an institution, as a body that is living up to its mandate, as per what the president envisioned when he released the executive order? Is it on them? And maybe we can end up with what you think the rating would be, given what they've done in the past time.
All right, Nancy. So first thing first, I agree with everything Brother Cindy stated. But I'll even go low than 10%. I'll give them maybe like 5%. And that's because I know what's up. Nelson, look, let's try to be realistic. I mean, tracking down stolen asset in Liberia. I mean, brother, look, the institution itself. Sandy was talking about efficiency. Bro, there is nothing efficient about Liberia, bro. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to denigrate my country. That's not what I'm trying to do. But if we try to be real and keep it 100%, I'm keeping it 100%. Efficiency does not in any way, it's not synonymous to any institution in our country. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least that's operated by Liberian. I mean, you may be foreign entities, but anything about us, you talking about efficiency. I knew this thing was not going to work because number one, you're talking about when you talk about for you to recover assets, you will need to have like at least institution willing to work with you, right? That's number one. Number two, the institution that you're talking about banking institutions. You're talking about, I mean, let's talk about the entire financial sector, right? I have to work with you.
Yeah.
But even within the financial sector itself, there's a trouble with efficiency. Okay? And I know very well there was some intentionality from the side of the government trying to really recover stolen assets, because we all know what happened in the previous administration. We all know that. But Nelson, one thing I can tell you for sure, at least from my leadership training that I've been, you know what I mean, I've been doing for the past 7 years. When you trying to entrust somebody with certain leaderships, deliverables and stuff like that, you will have to equip them with all of the necessary resources, something that Brother Sandy alluded. We did not see that in this. And not only were they not giving the necessary resources, people that was spearheading this thing. Hold on, wait now. People that was spearheading
but the
this
people
thing.
have been taking pay. Didn't you hear Martin Colley when he said he got a paycheck and he thought that he didn't work for that paycheck, so he refused to accept the paycheck.
Okay,
If they,
so now that tells you,
paid, then what's
but
the
then that
excuse?
tells you all you need to know. And by the way, that is not a breaking news. There are a lot of people on government payroll, or at least in position, that are not doing fine. Okay, some of them don't even have a seat. They literally, you see them standing in the offices with their backpack on. Nelson, you walk the halls of the Senate all the time. Some of the people get sit there, they don't, but they got backpack on though, right? Yes, they too taking pay. So that's the kind of country we have. So when we see that this I don't know what our representative or senator coming up to say this, I love it, because this is the thing. Nobody should be getting benefit, or at least getting paid for performing a job that they are not performing. You are stealing from the state. That's in itself is a violation, is a federal crime. You should not be giving money on the basis of rendering service that you're not delivering. That is a crime by itself. So these are some of the things we're talking about. It was dead upon arrival, Nelson. I would have allowed this system to set itself up, maybe give it a year. And if you give it a year, like Brother Sandy said, some of these assets will evaporate in thin air, right? So there if you do, there if you don't. But in itself, you can't just come like that in a country like Liberia, or convoluted system. Then you saying that you're gonna recover assets. Where you gonna recover for? And that's what we saw the noise coming about, right? Because people are literally arresting people in the streets. You don't do that. With Finabono hot situation, because people said they would let her a lot of yellow taxi in the street, so they thought it was from stolen money. Look, granted, we knew stuff happened in the country, but you cannot in any way assume because someone got yellow taxi plate in Liberia, then you just jump on them. No, that's not how you do it. Even if there is,
20 seconds.
Even if you have substantial evidence that person, in the case of Finabono, right? Because some people talk about, the homo selling Lapa Bido, whatever the crap that is. But even at that, you can't just go like that and just start grabbing people property, like getting government officials out of their cars and stuff like that. It is unprofessional. That's not how you do it. Even if you have all the evidence, but you need to establish it before you can actually get to that point. That's why I love this country. America, when these people are ready for you, they will have to establish evidence to the T before they can make a move on you. And when they make a move on you, Nelson, you know what I mean? Just know that they have everything they need before they can even come knock on your door. So we don't have that in Liberia. The system is not in any way healthy to help those that are coming to recover these assets. The foundation of the country is corrupt to its core. People will defend each other, like Brother Sandy said, government, interference and all of that stuff. These are possibilities. There are people connected, families, friends, classmates, sister, boyfriend here and there, influencing decisions. So that's the country we have. So Nelson, to answer your question, we can go until that come. That's not going to work. Not in this Liberia that I know today. Maybe 20 years from now. But that system has to be fixed before you can have efficient recovery of assets. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Ture. So you gave the asset recovery team 5%.
Yeah, 5. Maybe 5%. I can go below that if you want me to.
No, I think it's okay. But Francis, you want to come in? Then we take mobile, and then Emmy will be.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Nessie. I listened to Ture. I listened to Sandy. They went so close, but I'm going to close the gap because I know a lot of people are going to counter me, and I like it too. I enjoy that too. But Ture, Sandy, yeah, thank you. You said it. Yeah, do your part. Let me do my part. Nessie. Asset retrieval, executive order number 1 and number 2, it was just to create job for some friends of Joseph Boakai. That's it. Local carabas of people there.
With President
That's where I'm going. I'm going to go there. I already told you.
Why is every topic about President Boakai, Francis?
Because he's the leader of the country. Is that answer enough?
Go ahead, make your point.
Okay, good job. So we talk about orderly manner, for example, organized manner, and sanitary executive mansion. That sanitization have to start with the head of the executive mansion. Political sanitization, integrity, and orderly organized structure. Somebody who can with anti-corruption.
Go to the issue, man.
Access retrieval, in my mind, and based on the conversation of Kennedy Walker at the time on the campaign trail, was the first step to fight corruption. We were so glad that the executive action came in. Everybody was very happy. The only person that owned that thing that disqualified locally and internationally is Eli Coffey. Magically gone. The other guy from EFA, he gone. How many people there? Who are they? Number one. Number two, legislative hearing is not just about critiquing or maybe punishing folks who are there. Honestly, or on the basis of reality, they also deal with trying to understand the challenges and other issues that hampering that institution or that group of people, whether they can help. But the catch up there is who proposed the budget for access retrieval people then, including the entire country.
The
executive mansion.
The executive
it was the executive mansion that proposed the budget through Minister of Finance. Everybody went to some kind of hearing. They went to, how they call that place? MCC, Maria City Corporation. They passed the budget with 7G. They passed it. So the whole thing here is, I was not even submission, but actually the reality is, whatever budget hearing they have with them, whatever they propose, they give them money. Because you know what? The budget passed by the lower house, the upper house concur, it went to the president, he signed it. So they got budget.
Thank you.
Okay? So, considering everything we know, the problem comes from the head. And that head is Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai is not honest. It's not realistic with anything that I see.
So
Okay?
Francis, if you were to give a rating, if you were to rate the asset recovery team, given everything we've seen for the past time, what do you think is that fair rating for the asset recovery team, especially now that the legislature is developing keen interest in the activities, the workings of the asset recovery team? They want comprehensive report, given everything we've seen. What do you think is that fair rating of the asset recovery team?
Nelson, to rate somebody, you need to see what they have done or what they have not done. In the first place, if there was some level of honesty and sincerity and seriousness on the part of the government through Joseph Boakai office, which there should be no need for second executive order. We should be talking about legislation so that asset recovery can stand as a body to fight corruption at this time. We go 15 months. So for me, I got no rating because it is not an institution. It doesn't exist. It's just to get some people jobs.
I'm not rating as an institution, but based on her work.
They're not working. They're just taking pay. They're not working. Besides Findabondo, who do you know that they follow? They told the former IG out of his car on the street.
And
the former IG, they're talking out of his car. After recovery, go on Google. Don't take it from my lip. Just Google it. It should be more investigatory than be emotional, and political witch hunting. Nobody say you can't follow them, but before you follow them, use the code. Make sure you got hold of it. But they don't do that. People are emotional, political, and all of that. That other play is just for the other people that hate Joseph Boakai to win election to get paid. They're not working. So I got no rating for them.
Thank you very much for your input. Thanks a lot. Moba, you want to come here? I saw Josh, but coming in, maybe you can bring Josh.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, I think from the usual stage, we all talk about the assets recovery team. The first started, we are investigating, and it went back to the drawing board, and it came back. For the Senate to call them for oversight, I think that's the best thing, and we all should be happy for the Senate, for our country, because Barrett is not only the assets recovery team; it should be all of our entity in the country. But as much they start with the assets recovery team, is a progress for our nation. But let me go to the genesis of the whole issue. Look, we may not agree on issues, but I know everything people will say the president. If the president give you a job to do, he trusts your ability. And when you're doing the job, you want in the middle of the job, you might say, I fire you because I'm seeing no outcome. Or let me take the president from that because I'm seeing no outcome. It's not how government works. The way we think is not how government works. Our thinking different from how government works. Some of all on the show, we're talking to the all the thing on the poor somewhere. We're not doing nothing. We're not even deliver 10%. 10, we're not deliver it. But we'll come here every day and talk about the president did, the president.
Are you trying to speak to Francis? Are you trying to speak to Francis or what?
Let me talk.
Are you responding to Francis or what?
I'm discussing
is it George you're talking to?
I'm discussing the issues that is unfolding right now. The topic. I'm simply trying to say that this government, because the assets recovery, look, you know, sometimes my brother Francis can contradict himself. He said, on the other end, the government not doing the one, the men not do the one. On the other end, they investigate. They go to start catching. On the other end, they gotta do. Look, every entity that the government bring to investigate criminal activity, more especially the asset recovery team. Look, you know what? Look, you need a lot of resources. You need a lot of time. You're not going to sit down, you just go catch somebody, then you say, oh, because they do nothing, you just catch them. You need time. You need, even when I 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, the government can renew that state order, no matter if it can be renewed or whatsoever.
I wish you knew that 2 years ago.
My man, don't interrupt me. Everybody talking here today. I sat down here very quietly and listening.
Please go ahead.
You're talking about time. That's why I say I hope you knew that 2 years ago. I wish.
No interruption, Josh. You are coming in next. Please don't interrupt the brother.
The mega king in your hands, so you rather disrupt. Let me go ahead. So, next, the assets recovery team, we all come here with bash on them. We say they're doing nothing. But next thing, you cannot investigate somebody. First of all, when they call the perpetrator, then they don't even come for questioning. They don't come. And in your investigation, you need to question people, and you need information. How do you get information? So next thing, it is difficult, more especially our country, and we're looking at the 21st century, where you investigating, you need technology. We don't have it, so all the things delay. I will not come here and bash on them. I will not come here and tell them, say, oh, they score 0.00. No, we don't know what they're going through, and you don't know. But everything they'll say, the president have nothing to do with it. The president employ you to work. He employ you to say, oh, let me fire you. No, he employ you.
Thank you.
You work. If next how many million I go, all the post salary talk for more than. Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. So take your 30 seconds. Yeah. Go.
No problem. No problem. No problem. That's just good. The media call me all that. No problem.
No, go ahead, Mob. I take your 30 seconds.
Wait till 30 seconds. Go back.
No, but
that's
the part I'm saying.
You have to end up by rating the asset
because everything the people want put it on the one cover on the one president. Asset recovery thing. My brother who came here and said that, right, on his job when he being employed. So like a company not know why he did something or not. That thing, they fire him. Then they say, okay, my man will fire you. Concrete reason. The post still working, the post still in the process. So you can just come out and say, and the good thing about it, we're listening. Look, let us wait for the Senate to question those people before we start with the topic.
A House of Representatives.
I mean, the House of Representatives, right? Let us wait. Because then we hear a lot of things that we hear what's going on. So we shouldn't come and bash on and say they're doing nothing. They put the first of all the zero. For me, Nelson, I would not grade them until after the House of Representatives finish carry on that oversight.
No. You have to rate the asset recovery team after everything you say here. The asset recovery team has been working for over a year.
Nelson,
what do you think?
There are a lot of people that were brought to both people come and politicize it. When they were in Abono, they sent her letter to come for questioning. People came here and politicized it. When they call the other company, when they hold the other people, they say no. First of all those people they hold, they leave you to go to the court to fight. But another day, what happens? I want to go outside before you say I'm gonna take my word back. Let me forget it.
Okay.
Because the chief justice are there, the cases are there for all the words you're not worried. They were not concerned that issue will go to. Thank you.
Josh, you want to come in?
Yes, Nelson, thank you.
Okay, so after George, we give Family 30 seconds, the Emmy will come in.
I'm not family taking no 30 seconds, my man. I hold them on level talk. So here's the thing, guys, and
yeah, from that way.
I know, yeah, I know my brother trying, but he not make it. Not make it. He get all that thing. He get love, but he not make it. This is a government that came to power because they said George Weah used the Labrador money, he stole the money that when the country were going to seize the horses. These are the people that said all sort of things that government was stealing, doing everything. After 1 year, they cannot find one yet. And then you sit down here and say, when I blame Bwaga, the same Bwaga man who were on the podium and say, George Weah stealing the money, that were people suffering, that were people not buying from people, that were people children not going to school because George Weah stealing the money. That he can, after 1 year, almost 1 year, going to 1 year, 6 months, he said cannot find a penny that George Weah stole. For them to catch him and say, yes, the person stole the money, we carry the person to jail. They stay dragging the feet. They say asset recovery. Every day they're eating that purple money on vast and they're making a whole lot of noise. Nelson, the saddest thing here to say is that the president of the Republic of Liberia cannot come again to tell us, to give us, to brief us. He tend to bubble now. He can't talk again. He can't come to tell us, my people, the things I told you, I said, we was stealing the money. Yes, how far we going with catching all the money he stole, he sent overseas, the one he sent to Jackie Appiah, the one he sent to Thailand, everywhere in the world here. Because they said that Liberia so rich that Liberia was feeding other countries with money. President we were taking the money to carry and his officials. They still cannot account for the money. But now I expect those condominiums to be how they call it to be Zogo place for rehabilitation. That's what I expect. I expect the horse on the old road that belongs to the former finance, the fiscal affair, deputy minister for fiscal affairs. It should be now to be the place where they say that the people will use it for asset recovery office. After 1 year, almost 2 years, going to 2 years. We still using microscope to look for the things that they accused that they were saying that we get evidence. People can see, people can do that, we get evidence, we do that. As soon as we get it, we seize that one, we seize that one. Going to 2 years. The lies that people tell to get what they want, that's the one that is suffering us. And then we hear they gotta get a third, they gotta get a 2 year. The thing you said you knew that the people were stealing. You have evidence that George Weah stole the money, he paid the horses. You can't go and seize the horses yet. You can't even go and open case on the horses yet.
No, yeah, Josh, don't you think the workings or the work of the asset recovery team is being undermined? Take, for example, Madam Mary Brown was invited and she said to hell with them. Oh, sorry for my French. She said she's not appearing before them. She said that y'all don't bring nothing near me. I'm not going there. And all officials have been invited as well. We're not coming anywhere.
Nelson, you want me to laugh, but I will not laugh because I'm really serious about what I'm saying.
No, you can laugh.
Government will invite a citizen to answer criminal charges or alleged criminal charges, and they say, I'm going there. Then they sit down. then nothing happens. Nothing. Which country that happens in? And then you say that honor mine. When you go arrest somebody, the person say, I'm going. Then they move and then go back to the command and say, oh, the person is saying to arrest the person, they ain't coming. Oh. Then they say that and say, okay, yeah, they put honor mine, our police force. Now see, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And we have to say it that nobody can undermine our government that is in power. Not by using force, but by using the legal means to make sure.
Madam Broad was in the government, though she managed GSA at the time. It was based on that the asset recovery team invited her, but she said she was not appearing. But Josh, is this something that's unique to just Liberia or the Justice Administration? Where do we start from? Where do we start the justice things from?
Yeah, Nelson, the thing is that this is not unique to Liberia. For an opposition to use false information to lie about everything that to bring them to power. But what is unique to Liberia is that the simplicity of the lie. In other countries, like the country that I live in, the opposition will say your policy of maybe taxes is wrong. We want to do the taxes this way, and we generate $37 million out of that taxes. And guess what? Rather, people can go to work and start checking whether that is possible. In our country, they will say they made a rule. Even now, when somebody gets in the street say, "Why can't I rule?" Everybody will believe it. Without even asking how he ruled, what he stole, where is the thing that he stole. These same people that are sitting out here that land here with their face become long now because of the shame that is coming. These are the people that said we are a rule.
7 minutes. I will talk about 3 coming up. They made that time sitting over.
So,
when I discuss with this show today,
Josh is in.
I'll talk to the man who corrupted me. And you that whole video get blood too. You get blood.
No,
got blood. You get blood.
Baba, allow George to make sense tonight. For just tonight. Allow the man to make sense for just tonight. George, understand you everything you're saying, bro. Maybe for the first time ever.
So
the thing is that Nelson, yeah, let me just conclude before my brother destroyed his laptop because he was smashing our laptop in there. So the thing is,
how many people are in there? If I thought nobody talking here again.
God is, we laugh about it, but it is sad. Here we are. The same thing, President, we are trying. Say you were doing asset recovery. He failed miserably. The same thing President Boubacar has started, and he's feeling miserably. President Weapa, he called a break soon. He realized that no, there are free money given to the people here. Let's focus on developing the country and stopping making sure that people get less chance to steal than to say we're chasing other people who stole and left already. And even when we fight and say we might not even get our money back, and we're using more money to chase more money. So let's just close our people down. But President Boubacar hasn't come to that realization yet. And that's the painful part, because these people, from now to 2029, these people will continue to come out with press conferences just to continue to make sure that President Boubacar gives them more money so that they can eat it and sit down, because they are not going to discover anything, because nothing actually we know of now was stolen from the country that can be recovered now. Thank you.
What would be a rating? What would be a rating? Just finally, then we'll bring Emmy in.
Nelson, look, I will give them. I'll give them 10%. The 10%. The reason the 10% is the money that they're eating, because because if they're not eating money, they'll get a zero, right? But because the money they're eating, that money going free, I gotta get it something for it, because for them to get access to use it for the 2-year-old experience, and use that money for the 2-year-old experience, and still get free money out of him. I get it today.
Thank you, Josh. Let's hold you there. Emmy, you want to come in?
Yes, please. I'm tired. I'm yawning now. I want to go to bed. So, first of all, Nelson, let's be clear, right?
Oh, so Emmy and Lullaby, you want to sing for all? What is it? You come and go to bed. So you want to sing before you go to bed?
A lot about yeah. So we cannot come here. First of all, it's a great thing that the House is calling the asset recovery team, because all of us here have been concerned about it. But we don't also know that these people are working in the back. That we don't know. And for us to come in and say that things were said that wasn't true and this and that, why it's been 1 year, why isn't all of these things that were pointed out as stolen, something, why hasn't it been recovered? That is kind of laughable, right? Because you cannot just go and grab it because you know it. When you go to, we all know it. We all can know it. But when you go to court, even the judge said know it, but you need to present that paperwork. You need to present that investigation that you did to come up to that. Even murderer, yeah, they can catch you killing. They see they're going in and he did it, they still have to take you to court. They can't just say, oh, because you seen the man already there, why you lock him up and so and so. No, that's not how it works, bro. You have to go to court. And in order for you to go to court, you have to have all the necessary documents. You have to have everything that is needed to be proven, or else, even though that man is wrong, that man is a murderer, but he can walk free and you will lose that case. Same thing with the assets recovery. We all know a lot of things. We all know. I wasn't building something when he was a footballer, when he had 100 billion, like you said, and when he was a senator, when you all of a sudden he began, everything started something. Everybody, only the reaction, the sedition in our head, believe that nothing happened, nothing wrong happened there. But we people who are not blind loyalists, even some seditions, knows that something went wrong. Okay, but how do we get these things back? It has to be proven in a court of law. You can't just go ahead. And this is why I'm excited that the House is calling these people. And like my brother Cindy also said, I really hope that they will give them the necessary, resources needed to do their job. Right? Because if they need more than what they need to do their job, and they haven't been, if they didn't communicated to the rightful people, the president, I don't think he had 42 years of experience, but when we come in and try to make the 42 years of experience like it's something, I may be experienced 42 years in one place, but does that mean I know everything in the word? I don't think so. Every time you can have 42 years, I don't think President Bouaga knows every sector of government that he's supposed to say, oh, he's supposed to be an economist, or he's supposed to be an agriculturalist, or he's supposed to be a what else?
Engineer.
Or he's supposed to be, no, that's not how it works. That's why he hired people to do this job, people. And I think we all know it, but the politics in our head has blind our reasoning so badly that when we come on this, we just want to play politics. And it's not fair to our people. President Bouaga may have experience of being in the White House, but not experience to go and do assets recovery, to say he's or to go work in front of the ministry. No. That's why you have to put the right people there. If they don't communicate with this man, this is what is needed to get this job done. He might not know. He put you there because he believes in you that you can do this job. But if you don't tell him, well, what you giving me is not enough for this job. We need this. Like, they need to empower them. Like people have already said, yeah, they're sending for people. They're telling them, I'm not going there, disrespecting them. They need a court. They need they need people that can go and arrest people. They need all of that. Those are all resources that they need. You cannot just tell me to do a job and you give me baton. Watch me. You say I'm gonna be security. Somebody, Robert Conway, go wait till do. I'll drop it and run. That's not enough for me to do the job. So this is what we are saying, and we're happy about the House taking this, on, and we hope it's in good faith, and do the right thing, and call them and let them come out and tell them what they need. And I'm also afraid that they are taking too long, and people that could be used as possible witnesses, people are vanishing overnight. They're dying. They are, and they are not protecting people. All of a sudden, people, oh, yeah, the other one died. The other brother died. The other man brother died. He accusing these people. I'm not accusing anybody else. I'm just saying, okay? People are disappearing. And why you think there are reasons to these things? People who know things and they know that they're trying to get to these people and they're trying to zero them and clean up their acts. What will you do? You can't do anything about it if you don't have if you have a dead person who's going to stand there as a witness, or you were the administrator, you were doing paperwork in this man's office. Can you provide this? Can you provide that? When they know that person is got some kind of integrity and they will go ahead and say the truth, I think we got to get rid of that man, and they will do it. And as the longer you take, you might not have these people to testify. You know these people did these things. But in court, you have to prove it. You have to present the witnesses and stuff to get it done. If you don't do it, these people will come here again and start going ahead, lying. Oh, they keep in the lie. They lie, even though they're right in front of us. Even though the common people are seeing it, but they will turn it into a lie because they couldn't bring them they couldn't hold them accountable. Because the necessary thing that they needed to prove in court, they couldn't be proving. Does that mean it's a lie? No, it's not a lie. But they just couldn't find out. The resources wasn't there, and the people that's supposed to set as witnesses were.
I mean, what do you think is the rating so far? What is the rating so far?
So the rating is, I don't like. Some people have already said, I don't want to give a rating that, like I said, I don't know whether they're working behind the scene, because not everything can come up and be said. The asset recovery can be something that people can also be doing a little digging behind the scene. The public may not know about it. We don't, for all we know, what we've seen is what we've seen in Nkrumah. But are they really working behind the scene? Is something that we don't know that. So it's very hard to get really Nelson. I can't really tell. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Famula, you want to take a few seconds quickly? I see Ture has his in up as well.
Look, Nelson, let me borrow my friend and brother Gbatara Bo, convoluted, and let me use that term for a few seconds, Gbatara. Because I have listened to so many convoluted analysis tonight, so it kind of put me in a situation where I want to deal with some many, but let me be serious last month today. But the asset recovery thing we're talking about, Nelson, let's be honest here. Look, people listening to us in studio, the asset recovery we are talking about, it has been politicized. I know that there are some error in setting up the asset recovery because the asset recovery was not fully structured. There were a lot of finger pointing that people stole from the previous regime, but it was just an allegation. Enough evidence were not collected. More information was not collected. And we know that in Liberia, witness protection is not something that is a priority. Nobody, witness protection in developed countries, they protect witnesses with high level of security. But in Liberia, before you make a man, the man finish go sell a Leon. Before you make a man, friends already call your uncle somewhere there and say, take that man, put that man all the way down there in Kolahun and hide somewhere in one of the villages there. Then we will be all over Moreover looking for that man. Because people are noted in that country or shooting thief. And the justice ministry, that's the reason why that particular committee is very weak. Because it is not back. The committee was just left to go figure out things for themselves. That's the reason why the committee is looking like that. If the committee was really backed by the justice ministry, not only the justice ministry, but the police and all other security agencies, because this is a criminal, cartel. It's a whole cartel because this city from government was set up, and it was a complete criminal manipulation. So if you see that the case were going to a certain extent, and the court had to come in and even stop the asset recovery, and you know how long it took for them to get that thing up the docket again to restart the process, but not something easy. And in the end, George was running around and say it was which one.
That's what I talk about the court.
And you see George today, I will send some collagen powder to that Australia there so you can start drinking it, because the wrinkle coming on your face now because of the every day they last you get
you're not going personal with George. Forget about the man, whatever happened with him. Let's take Ture. Ture, go ahead.
And Nelson, look.
The man go proceed. Look at the man.
Let let be honest here, right? Whatever judge did tonight, maybe George can celebrate with that and go to bed with that victory parade. But I totally agree with George, man. Look, let me tell you. Number one, when you vying for an opportunity to serve whatever position there is, obviously you do what we call risk assessment, right? Every one of us know exactly what that is, right? You should have some level of understanding, right? What sort of leadership you're going to bring to that job, or institutional changes that you intend to bring, and how you're going to bring about those changes. You need to have some level of insight into that, right? That's why people say before you vote for anything, know exactly what is it that, if legacy is something that matters to you most. But this is the thing. We can talk about everything George said right now. Maybe some United Party men will be shaking their head. But George is absolutely right. If you talk about on a campaign trail where you're talking about, yeah, we know this, we know that, we know this, we know that, and we come into 2 years and you haven't done a thing about it, then guess what? Everything you said was just a charade. Everything you said was just to grab attention and grab opportunity to lead. But you had absolutely no structural understanding into what you wanted to do. And that right there, like I said, we're going to come here and give our 2 cents into.
I have my finger up first.
Number one, some of us, we are not on here to build our political stack for political opportunities. So I'm going to say it like I see it. You know what I mean? I'm not in a business of trying to build political stack or anything like that. This is what I'm talking about. I agree there is no visible infrastructure set up for the asset recovery to do their job. And that's why it was prudent enough that this government shouldn't have gone hands on first to start, dealing with this asset recovery situation when they didn't have the proper institution set up to deal with that. Number one, you don't have enforcement power in our country. We cannot talk about that. The borders are vulnerable. Anybody can escape that country anytime. I'm not saying that. And anybody can enter that country anytime. We saw Sierra Leone, Guinea violating our sovereignty. You know what I mean? Couple of times, where the Guinea authority literally came into the country to go grab one of their fugitives, right? So we have all of the issues happening in our country. So you think asset recovery, yeah, it's good to say it, but doing it is a total different thing. And this is what we are seeing. It's not going to work. The infrastructure, the structure, the foundation to enhance, to empower those that are supposed to do it, they don't have it. So how are you going to do something that you don't have protection?
Thank you, Trey.
We talk about witness protection. Who's gonna subject themselves to being a witness when you know very well the next thing you know, you probably could fall out of a balcony and break your neck.
But then we all on the scene. But then we all on the scene.
Thank you.
On the scene line when it comes to investigation, how slow it is. So she need badge like, oh, they don't have.
Mobile, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just take
Mobile, go ahead. Right? Nelson, I put my finger up on the 30 seconds.
Yeah, let me just take 30 seconds. You're coming, my brother George. Look, that's why we all come here. We're saying the same thing over and over. I think some of your contradicting yourself tonight. Now, when we're talking about investigation is not 1 day, it's not 2 days, it's not 1 year, it's not 2 years. Investigation is a process, and in investigation, you gotta look for witness. And like, bro, as you said the right way, but then you're trying to confuse us tonight. You said it the right way. Now we have no protection for witness. Is that true? Yes, that's true. People will be vanishing. People will be telling people, don't go over there. We don't want you, we'll do they want, leave the country until the government. Those things will happen because this type of case, right? This type of case, a high-profile case, a corruption case. If they catch you, your nigga go on BBC, your nigga go in the entire world. People know you. So based on that, the past regime will use everything in their power to make sure to suppress witnesses. That's where we're coming from.
Thank you,
the investigation now that come out today, kick off, they all say, oh yeah.
Yeah, Nelson, can I go ahead?
Somebody's talking in the background. I think the feedback coming from Nelson. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. So quickly, Morba, whose fault is this that there's no good witness protection in the country? Whose fault?
President Bouaka.
Who should be putting things in place? Because he was a vice president for 12 years when there was asset recovery also put in place under the Ellen government. When they had to put Julie Bryant in prison as well. He knows those things. He should know exactly what is needed to pursue any case that comes about. This man has experience. So if you say, no witness protection, that why the case going slow for, whose fault it is, Moroba? Who should be putting things in place? You or Georgia McCann and put it in place? Or Adekoi Zakumi should come and put it in place? No, Nelson and my colleagues. Nobody except President Weah. He has to have the political will to do it. But guess what? This year is why things are failing on President Bouaka. Every case President Bouaka put his mouth in will fail. Simply because he does it for a political reason, not because he has evidence. He said Weah was stealing the country money and he was going to stop it. He was going to do this. He came to power. He cannot do it. He said hooligans burned down the Capitol. Today, where are the hooligans? This guy continued to politicize everything, destroy our country, and you come here, you say, and to fight the case, you need this, you need that, you need that. Why can't you know that you know? You'll stop the team, man. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you. Sandy, you want to come in?
Nelson, I want to come from a different angle. For me, I would not argue here that the team will fail because I'm hearing a lot that this team will fail. That's not my position. My position is that there has been delay in the work.
Yeah.
The work has not been effective, and that I'm asking the House to empower this team so that they can do the work. This is a big part of the arrest agenda, or at least the president agenda. And for many years, Nelson, our country has been stolen from by people we trusted with power. And they have abused the kindness of the Liberian people, stealing what belonged to the people. So I am only asking the House to empower this team so that assets stolen can be retrieved. It is also good to mention here tonight quickly, Nelson, while I still have 20 more seconds left.
Who gave you 20 more seconds?
That the team, based on my research, is actually currently investigating 17 high-profile cases.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on that. Yeah.
And they have also reached out to countries around us, such as, and other countries actually, not just around us, such as the Ivory Coast, Ghana, Dubai, and the team has identified, stolen government vehicles that were moved across borders. Bank accounts were changed to transfer, funds. Property deeds were changed to concealed, accusation. So they are working, but what I don't see is the efficiency. Nelson, I'm all about efficiency. We need to do it fast. I'm hearing a debate from the other side that, this would take 2 years, 3 years. We don't have 2 years, 3 years to recover assets. This is something that the president spoke of very heavily during the campaign. So we expected some high level of efficiency by now. Accusations were made actually on Molba. We said, Joe, we have stole the Liberian people money and built his condominium. We all said it, yeah. Remove Weah, he stole. So when you have made such accusation, you must have some facts. You can't accuse without facts. So to come now and say, okay, we don't have the evidence, we were just accusing, those are political rhetorics, campaign conversations, then that's a bit disappointing. To be honest with you, at this point, I was hoping that those condominiums would be used for teacher compounds, student camps, police housing. I was hoping that we will use it for those kind of things at this point, or at least it will be in the process that we are working on recovering those buildings. So with the last 10-second remaining, with the last 10-second remaining, Nelson,
they want a real corruption at another level.
Corruption at its peak.
Okay, reducing it to the last 5 seconds. I am only asking that all of us advocate for this team to succeed. Whatever asset is going to be recovered will benefit Liberia and will benefit all of us. Thank you.
Who haven't taken the 30 seconds yet?
Francis Anthony.
I have not spoken on this issue.
You just come into church, you want to raise on necessary son.
That was on you, Anthony. We're not going back. Yeah, 30 seconds, bro.
This is the reason why the president is going backwards. You don't follow instruction.
Princess, can you unmute and go ahead?
You don't follow instruction.
All right, folks. Again, I want to say thanks to our brother Nelson and my colleagues on the show for the time we are here. And we always say what we got to say. But I can guarantee you, when it comes to criminal litigation, it's not preponderance. It is proven beyond all reasonable doubts in competent court of jurisdiction. In order to do that, you got to have three things. Number one, facts. Number two, evidence. Number three, the law. The law already exists. So you're looking for two, facts and evidence. And in order to do that, the political leader at the executive mansion must have the courage, the tenacity, the honesty and the integrity to recruit the right people with the right preparedness, with the right logistics, with the right capability on time. Especially when you're dealing with people of Liberia that got this political allotments with no check and balances. The citizens, we really don't have power besides what we're doing. In fact, right now, Facebook gave it to us. Before Facebook came, we didn't know really nothing we could say. Like my big brother said before, he said, I don't know why you're taking government of Liberia to really fight the issue of corruption. Because government officials in Liberia, they can literally steal and label their name on the cartoons. They can do it. For example, people who do accounting, I didn't do accounting, I did small passing through, during my MBA course. We could easily do lifestyle audit. But when we say, yeah, everybody want to come to us. If the executive mansion is not ready, there is nothing not going to work better. And nobody on the show, including myself, insinuating that the president or presidents, past and current, they know everything. No. That's not our argument. President Bouakai, I'm not taking 42, I get taking 12 as VP. If he were that, he doesn't know everything. But he told all he had a plan. And part of the plan, in my mind, okay, as an American trained business administrator and public administrator as well, not only that you had a plan, but you had the right and the competent and integrated people in your corner from the get-go. But when Kennedy Bouakai won the election, he took a jolly trip to America. We thought he was tapping into his contact by recruiting professional people to do this job that he went to the interview for the first time, 2017. He didn't win the interview. 2023, finally he won the interview. The Liberian people awarded him this political job. Only to go, it took President Bouakai almost 1 year before he could even complete the cabinet. That is the level of unseriousness on the part of the leader that leading our country right now. So my people, all in all, it is not hard but the people are not waiting. If we put the right system in place in Liberia, all the things we're talking, we can reduce it. Say we can, like, let me borrow my brother word, I don't know, convoluted, whatever you call it, a ratting system. Say we can't fight it, we can't fight corruption. Let us put a system in place to minimize corruption because we cannot really eradicate it. Even right here in America, people are saying corrupt, but yeah, when a color with you, a color with you. You will be held accountable. Say we can't fight it, let put system in place to minimize the art of corruption at all levels. That's what we need to do. But with the government, I don't think we'll get there. I'm not too sure.
Okay, so finally, you want to come in, Anthony?
Yeah, Nelson, thank you for this opportunity. The whole issue of asset recovery was very welcome in the country. People were excited about asset recovery, especially in the government been stolen from for so long, and so people wanted some kind of accountability, and that accountability today we're still waiting. So all of the investigations that have taken place under this administration, none of them have yielded any result as per people being prosecuted, found guilty, and put behind bar. We saw the issue with LDEA. 2 persons lost their job. 1 resigned, and that was it. We didn't know what happened there. The investigation was conducted. The findings were presented to the president. And we don't know what happened. Nobody is held accountable. Investigation on other government agencies. The central bank governor suspended investigation. The case withdrawn. We don't know what happened there. So all of these investigations are resources it takes being spent. The Capitol building got on fire. Investigation was launched. We don't know what happened. No one is held accountable. What are we going with this? Investigation. Nothing. We want our country to succeed. Every president has an agenda when they come in with the expectation that some kind of relief will happen for the country to take a step forward. When would the Liberian people see somebody being held accountable for their wrongdoing? When will seriousness come to the Liberian government? You can't chase your political opponent as a way of implementing a strict policy. Everyone should be held accountable, whether or not they're from your party, they're not from your party, as long as the person violates the Constitution or violate the rules and regulations governing the government, they should be held accountable. Even Anthony, who is speaking right now, if he's caught and given due process and beyond reasonable doubt, if I'm guilty, I'm not above the law. I should face the full weight of the law. I mean, America is not perfect, but every person who drives in America, when you get a ticket, you can't bribe the police officer with your ticket. If that ticket is a speeding ticket, then you get 3 punishments. Why? You will have points on your license. If you have to renew your insurance premium, it will go up. If you find a job that you're required to drive the vehicle of the company, you may not get that job because you have points on your license. Even though you may have paid for the ticket, but you have 2 points on your license. It's called moving violation. If a parking ticket, you can slide with it. But while you're in traffic and the police pull you over for speeding, you pay the price 3 times. You pay for the ticket, your insurance premium go up, and points on your license. If you don't want to get points on your license, there is a term that the police use, conducting your vehicle unsafely. the price is twice the price of the ticket. So if that ticket at $150, you pay $300. If at $250, you pay $500. No points going in election, but you pay twice the price of the ticket. So it's up to you. Do you want to pay twice the price of the ticket, or you want to have points on your license? Most people opt for twice the price of the ticket because they don't want that point on a license. And once that happens, you wait 6 months, it get off your record, and your insurance premium will not go up. So most people go for that. Another thing, you have to pay $35 code cost. Whether you show up to the code, you show up to the code, there is a code cost attached to that ticket. Before, the judge used to waive it. Now it's mandatory. Every code, whether Pennsylvania or New Jersey or Delaware, every person who show up to court for traffic ticket pay the code cost. Am I wanting Liberia to be America? No. But what am I saying here? Try to hold people accountable. When there are rules and regulations put in place, people will test your resolve. They will deliberately test your resolve. If you don't act, you say, okay, but I'm not weak, man. Please, man. When you act, then they respect you. Since President Braga came into office, I challenge anyone on this platform and anyone listening to us or watching us. Show me one case where they have investigated, prosecuted these people, and they have been held accountable. I am not against this administration. This administration went to election with other political parties. They won.
It's 020.
So
thank you.
My only ask is,
the man violated the budget of 96,000. He said resign. Go say that. That's it.
People accountable for their action. Even if that person is a die-hard Unity Party person, hold them accountable, Mr. President. Muster the courage to do so.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Well, there are a lot of other issues, but from the look of things, we will have to go to the phone lines, take some calls, and then maybe we can come back to do closing. Let me see if I can put the numbers up for our people to call in. So you can call in now, share your thoughts on the different conversations tonight. Let's see if we can do this. Wow. Let me try to bring this person in. Wow. Okay, so let's bring our first caller in. Hello, welcome. You're live. Let's see.
Hello, Nelson. This is Abraham Duna calling from Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've been listening to the show. Discussing the asset recovery, how dead it is upon arrival. You know, Joseph Braga go buy luxury cars that cost $1 million plus US dollars. So how will it be operational when no money is there? When Joseph Braga buying $800 and $1,000 shoes and buying $1 million car? Yeah, I mean, you're sorry, Unity Palestine. But I want to Unity Palestine, but now for the brand people, yeah.
Oh, you are repented. You are repented Unity partisan.
I was, but now for the brand people, I'm not.
So where you going next? You going to Mr. Cummings?
No, God forbid. I for the brand people. No Cummings, no job we are.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for your input. This is interesting. Hello, you are live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Nessie, how are you guys doing?
Yeah,
this is William.
Yeah, William, it's good to have you.
Yeah, but man, I ain't called to discuss that people think too much. I think when Anthony talking Tabata over and nobody listening to him, they will come today and talk about the thing. Yeah, let me talk my own. Hey, but man, I just want to appreciate you guys. They're on Saturday. I've been a little bit tired of something, and that's the reason I haven't called you again. And the late night show being like off and on the few days. But I really appreciate you guys for posting my song and pictures and things that wish him happy birthday, and I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you so much, Nelson.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks to everybody.
You for being
Thank you for your tapata.
I know, my man Anthony, leave me, man. Yeah, okay.
All right, well, thanks a lot. So you can keep your calls coming in on the numbers strolling there. Let's see if we can take this person. Hello. Okay, so we lost this person. So you can keep your calls coming. Let's hear what your thoughts are. What do you make of the conversation tonight? So we go to this line. Hello. Okay. So I think we can come back to do our closing. There seems to be a little bit of issue here. Okay, let me see if I can bring this person in. The call.
Listen, did you talk about that permit?
Oh, okay. So there's a group. We're gonna close with that. But they requested a permit from the government of Liberia, and the government granted them the permit, right? Yeah, it's
absolutely. But this same group were out there, and the police were not allowing them to put that before. So now they got a permit in the government, issued in a permit, and they scheduled a march.
What is it? What's the significance of that, bro? What's the significance of that?
No. What do you mean by what is the significance of that?
They did not do it right, and the government sent them back to do it the right way.
Sometimes you gotta chill.
Let's respect every view, Famole. The brother has a concern. He has taken keen interest in the fact that the group did not have the opportunity to protest back then, and this time around, the government is giving them the opportunity to do so.
Absolutely.
I think it's even a good news for the government in that it's a positive news in favor of the government in that they want things to be done the right way. So there's a whole different aspect to this one. So I know where you come from. I understand your energy for the Rescue Alliance and all of that. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this one.
Look, Nelson, give me 5 seconds. Give me 5 seconds.
Okay, let's bring some of our callers on. I'm not giving you 5 seconds on this one.
Don't give you 0 seconds there.
Hey, Nelson, how you doing?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I just joined on late there when you started telling people to place in the call. But my name is Amos T. I'm calling from Maryland, USA, to be precise, SS.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so what on my mind here, I don't know your topic you started with tonight, but something I've been on my mind and I've been wishing to talk to you about it is that the speakership, right?
But the speakership not pass Elson, or the people finish.
It pass.
We get new to go. They say we got that new.
I supported this government, but something like not because we bring the government to power. So when we see something that is not right, then we go ahead and say, "Oh, it's right." No. And Richard Kuhn was not a speaker. He suspended people, put hold to the salary, and then he did not resign. And then he went and contested for speakership. So if people that you get called by them go and sue Richard Kuhn, are you guys going to be telling, or the people going to be telling you get called by that he is a troublemaker? That's my question.
Thank you. That's a great one.
That's a very good question.
Hello.
I'm all about answer that for you.
Yes, you cut me off. I was talking, but you cut me off.
Oh. Anyway, just
continue. You are asking if I'm going to ANC.
Okay. But you said God forbid.
But he said no. He said God forbid.
Yeah. God forbid. Yeah. Let me repeat that.
Okay, but then answer.
Joseph Baka need to be serious. Joseph Baka need to be serious. They bring people. That probably playing fun around there.
Thank you very much, Abraham Amara. Thank you. Thank you. What? Look, guys, let's close the show. But we have to close the show now.
But
so
then put What's the name of me? I won't close my show without permit.
No, I really I'm able to do it now because of the system I'm on.
All right, we'll do it tomorrow.
No, yeah. Yeah, but you want to do your closing?
Yeah. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. Yeah, today, as you can see, I'm not, not myself today. I'm kind of down. My lead engineer at my job passed away today, and my whole job, I lean on him for so many things. He been in the business for 20 years, and as a young man, to have a person who not only a lead of your team, but mentoring you in a line of work. When I came to work today, and I'm like, "Where's he? He didn't show up today." And I'll be like, "Oh, been calling. He's not answering the phone." But later on, the director came and said, "Oh, call in a conference room to get all the news." It's just been sad. So, yeah. So that's something that really hit me hard today. He was not just a coworker; he was like a family man to me and a mentor. And so it really hit me today. So that's what I'm being very sad. Well, but it is what it is. May his soul rest in peace. Hopefully, I get the opportunity to give him a goodbye on the funeral once that time comes by. But I want to say, Nelson, thank you for the show. Hopefully, that this platform we can send this, say in our private chat that we can discuss national issue and instead of recycling the political shenanigans every single day. And the other party did this, the other lawmaker did this. Let's discuss issue pertaining to how the Liberian people are faring up. Our country needs help, and I want to commend the government today for granting a permit to this group, so that every Liberian will have an opportunity to express themselves the way they want to express themselves. Whether they in favor of the government or not in favor of the government, as long as they are abiding the rules and regulations of the country, they should have that say. And it is a good thing for the country. So thank you to the government.
Thank you. Family?
Look, Nelson, is this our closing or we just going over
we're doing our closing now. We're doing our closing.
Oh my man. Okay. What a great show. And we
Francis ran it back so you can close before him.
No problem. Francis will be all right. He come back in. Francis only know one thing is to be on Joseph broadcast, so everybody knows that. What a great show we have tonight, and we hope that we'll continue to have kind of a civil conversation, especially putting the country first. So today our discussion was kind of really in a very united way, because we all spoke about the issue of the asset recovery, because we saw that there is a little bit lack of political will to give them the support that they need to get the job done. And also I salute my honorable Samuel Koga for going up there and starting a new chapter to represent the people of Nima County, and we wish him all the best. We pray that they're going to do better for the people of Nima County, as he promised in his opening statement. And also for what my brother Anthony brought up, and he wants us to talk about it. I don't really know what's the significance, because this Anthony man was the same one that was beating the government. Oh, all the other region around here was celebrating Abraham, and Liberia is an anti-Abraham, simply because the police told them, say, you guys will have to do it the right way. And today they did it the right way, and they gave them the permit, and now he's telling us now we should be jumping around. I don't know what is significant of that. So I'll just leave it as
you don't know the significance of having one United Africa?
Look, I don't know. It's not about one United Africa. It's about.
You didn't read the permit, though.
What I mean, you know the argument you coming here with. So I'll know your argument. Your argument is not about one United Africa. Becoming a Burkina beast. I don't know why you can't just change your nationality and be a Burkina beast. Nobody.
Who wants to be a Burkina beast?
And you see that he's a Burkina business extension, so you want to be playing this.
Come on.
Our citizenship, our tactics to see you like brand man, and then tomorrow I'll not be surprised. I see you with Burkina beast flag set on your head. No
Thank
problem.
you.
We are one Africa, no problem, man. But don't be lying to the
Ture,
people.
please go ahead. Ture, go ahead.
Nelson, for the record, thank you for the show as always, Nelson. For the record, let me be explicitly clear, right? We all want this government to succeed. There is no ounce in me that says otherwise, right? But Nelson, there's a reason why you can leave the horse running and still whip it. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever, you know, like you know what I'm saying? That's something my dad always say. There's a reason why you sitting on the horse is running, it's going, you know, but he's still whipping it, right? Because we cannot afford another administration that will be complicit. And Nelson, let me tell you this. What we do here every now and then, coming on here to give these to give our take on the issues, there are a lot of librarians, thousands of librarians that don't have this opportunity to do this. So we are on here. Let's try to take this seriously, right? I'm not in any way just coming here to criticize government or do this. No, I want really my message to reach out to them and they can take some of these things seriously. We're not going to be like Senator Snow, who wants the government to fail so he can have opportunity to come and rule. It don't make sense if you love your country. So we want the government to do well. We want the government to do well. But so doing, we're not going to allow, we're not going to come in and just try to cherry pick or just try to like sugarcoat things. No. If this government already serious about the asset recovery, then this government would have been serious about individual declaring their assets. You know what I'm saying? So the same way that asset declaration, when the way it went, then at the same way, so there's a coalition there. So we can talk about this thing. If the issue that we're dealing with the asset recovery thing, because people did not declare their assets coming to government. So now that you have the fresh thing that you about to start, you want to make it so intentionally clear to anybody that coming to government, they declare their assets, so that way we can deal with, even if we should do an asset recovery at this magnitude, it will not be such a big deal if people are proud, you know, sort of like, you know, they declare their assets proud to come into government. So all of these things that we're doing, we just want to really tell people this is the thing. We're not going to come here and try to sugarcoat things, try to something because we supported the administration, we supported the president, and we're just going to come here and just lay back because it will be some sort of embarrassment. No, do not feel embarrassed if you supported a government and they are in power. It is not an embarrassment if you come on to actually, you know, like tell people where they are doing wrong. It is not an embarrassment. You know, because I know sometimes people say, well, you know, we support that government, so if we go back again and start criticizing, people are gonna no. It is absolutely fine. And you should be okay with it. Because you supported a government, your output, you told people in the village, I told my point Batara that they should vote for JMB, right? So if the administration fail, guess what? I form part of that failure. So before that failure can start coming up, let me start flagging some of these things out so people can say, well, Ture on the record on S, Y, and Z, which of course is not my prayer. Astaghfirullah, it's not my prayer that this administration fail, but let's start putting these things out so people in power can hear exactly what I'm saying. Thank you very much, Nelson.
Thank you very much. Cindy, you want to do your closing?
Well, I'm going to do my closing here tonight, focusing on one of the, or what I would term as the main reason our country is not developing at a fast pace. Nelson, our country and our leaders have short-term political thinking instead of long-term thinking or long-term national plan. Liberia for the longest has focused on political agenda instead of a national agenda that we all as a people will agree to, that focus on long-term priorities. Our development strategies, Nelson and my friends here, have often tied to a 6-year presidential term. That is, each administration focuses on their own visible quick wins that align with their re-election goals rather than focusing on sustainable long-term impacts. Our country lacks national development blueprint that transcends political administration. Our leaders have always focused on donor-driven agendas that prioritize immediate stabilization or relief effort over structural transformation. But Nelson, we need to get away from that. We need to get away from the low investments in our data, in planning, in evaluation system. We need to make efforts in driving long-term solutions for our country. Like Nelson, our country is very solid, lacks clear, defined national own long-term agenda. What we need to do, for instance, like what other countries are doing, is building long-term plans that are not politically driven, that meet the conception of the citizens. So what I will ask that my country do is that we create, for instance, a 2060 plan, what we can call a National Vision 2060 plan that must be endorsed by the citizen and not just by our politicians. Liberia must establish an independent planning and monitoring commission that will go beyond presidential terms. So, for instance, we have a commission that is not just backed by a 6-year term of President Boakai or a 6-year term of President Weah, but goes beyond a presidential term, focusing on long-term development agenda for Liberia. Our country, it is time that we invest in the youth leadership and we invest in civic education. We must cultivate generations that think beyond election. Liberia has youthful population, and that is almost, that is about the same across all of Africa. It is time that our leaders think about developing the young people and investing in the youth so that the young people, the youth, can take on the development plans and the developmental agenda of our nation. Liberia must build partnership and get away from the fear that those in the country currently have about the diaspora in Liberia. Instead, we must build partnership with Liberians in the diaspora.
Thank you.
So that they can come in with their ideas, with their innovation that will help to transform our country. And I'm going to end on this. We must continue to hold every administration accountable. All of us on this platform have been doing it. It should be about country and not about political party. We must hold them accountable to share national agenda, not their party manifesto.
Thank you.
It should be about Liberia. It shouldn't be about the party. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandy. So at this point, I think we can take Francis Chokon, and then we come to Josh.
My brother Sandy, thank you very much. I was just smiling because you almost sounded like my prof online, you know, the prof from Kenya. You sounded very well, Sandy, but you forgot.
You can come to free class too, Francis. I charge free.
Yep. So their husband and continue to be a huge and almost, how do I call it? Something that we cannot replace anytime soon. A pure presidential leadership deficit. Not just starting with Joe Boakai. I'm not going to 1980. I just going to 2006. From 2006 to today, there has been a serious deficit on the part of the occupants of the executive mansion up to current. Everything he says and it makes brilliant sense. But like he just alluded, there is no political will there on the part of the leader of the executive mansion to think about even 0.1%, everything you just said on the show. Ain't that? But I want to focus my closing tonight on the issue of unification, for example. And further speak on the presidential leadership deficit at the executive mansion, if my time permits me. Unification as per the art creating that particular holiday in just one day. For example, that in the middle of the day, you take your cell phone and say, I place a good way call to John Brown, blah, 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 but he answer on street number. No. And sometimes people don't like our tone of voice. That's okay. People don't like the fact that we are consistent with this conversation. That's okay too. But guess what? The president of the Republic of Liberia is the most powerful human being on planet Earth in our country. Whether you like it or not. Everything that's spoiled, that they don't want to spoil it. Because that they don't want appointed over 3,000 human beings. President Boakai not to speak to former president, we are since 2023 until they go on unification. That alone is already telling us we're not going to have unity. Because I can remember there was a celebration of 60th anniversary on the part of 3 counties that became counties, Grand Jide, Nimba, and Lofa. That was a celebration in Lofa County last year. So our leaders, those who were there before and they are no longer there, they're supposed to serve as advisory council for better countries, not Liberia. And they're not all making Liberia not to be better. It is the leaders that will continue to elect. They're not us. They're not the conversation. Because you know what? Whether people feel that we hate other people or not, we cannot do nothing to them. Nobody in Liberia can do anything to any president because they don't like it. No, we're just talking to make our country better. Finally, until, but my time's so short, but let me just conclude in a few seconds, my brother. You are the moderator. I'm not going to question you. Finally, I want to say congratulations to President Boakai. Congratulations to Jay Fonatikova. Congratulations to the newly elected speaker. That they all realize, finally, that Liberia is all that we got. For all of them doing what they did. For President Boakai supporting a group of illegal people that suspended other people and stopped them from taking pay through political coercion backed by the executive mansion. And thank God Kofa realized that he can't do nothing more than what he did. Thank God he gave her the opportunity to actually understand further
Nelson, what are we on now? What are we on?
And finally, Mr. Kuhn now, Speaker Kuhn realized that he was an illegal guy and the political coercion that he used to them, and finally decided to go to a democratic process. A democratic process that got him elected. Finally, I want to say thanks to everybody I want to say thanks to everybody, and thanks to you, Mr. Kule, and the network.
Thank you very much, Francis. So, okay, Chokon is now on. So let's get George to do his closing, then Mobile will take us home. Today is our brother's Momo's birthday, so we end up by wishing happy birthday, Momo Tule. But we'll bring him on just to wish him happy birthday. He's not coming to any politics here tonight. So, but let's conclude with you, Josh, Mobile, and then we'll bring Momo on.
Nelson, the deception in our country is what I'm going to talk about to just conclude tonight. Our people once more have been deceived. I can see my friends on the show and just try to retrospect and also to reflect on how they were animated a few months ago about the connections that President Bouaka had, how the country was going to be developed, how things are going to change, how children are going to leave the street from selling. Even President Bouaka himself said it, that he was going to make sure, he said, because of we are stealing the money, there are people who buy the tea, they go sell it in the street, they can buy from them. Children selling in the street was not good. Today, children are still selling in the streets. Today, even the people that he was talking about, that he said people are not buying from them, the people are crying even more than before. Now, see, it is sad to say, but I think we need a new branding as a country. I think we need to go beyond just, periodically coming to talk about things. Just like my brother Francis said here, that ceremonial day, they say reconciliation or whatever, and then you come out, you do it for that one day, then you go on again. Everything finish again until that day comes for what? Now
you say that day comes for what?
Wait, the day coming for what? Unification day.
Nelson, hold on, let me finish. And when that day comes, another 12 months come and pass, and then we'll go again. We say unification, and then you speak to people again. Then after that, you go again. Nelson, for me, I think we need a new beginning in our country. I think we need to not just hold our leaders responsible, but hold ourselves responsible for the lies that we say without even knowing the facts. People on here were saying things a few months ago as if they knew exactly those things had happened. These people are here amongst us today. They were accusing people. They were saying the great things, and they were saying this. They were saying things that will happen, that will be better. They would, as if they knew them. Nelson, we have to start to hold ourselves responsible for the decisions we make on behalf of our country. Because just me supporting President Weah, I got maybe 50 people behind me who listen to me, and they make that decision because of the things I tell them. We need to hold ourselves responsible for the decisions we make on behalf of other people. Because I see our brothers here, they are still fighting, pretending as if they don't know the facts when they know that this president is failing and has failed. And he lied about most of the things that he said he could do and he was going to do. But they are still here pretending as if everything is fine. But you know what? The good thing is that we all have our conscience. And that's the thing that we listen to most, that's that voice, that sharp voice in our head, at the back of our minds.
Let me find out that me talking about.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Josh.
Let me find out that me sharing your shots.
You caution police or you die for conscience now.
Look, and that's what it is. So Nelson, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I know usually, nobody here knows that we are at the back. Only you know that we're at the back, and you take us from there to bring us on the world stage. So we thank you for the opportunity that you continue to give us. And we'll continue to say what we can say. We might not be right 100%, but that's our passion. And that's what we should respect us for, because we are putting ourselves on the line and saying exactly what we want and how we want it done. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Liberia.
Thank you, Josh. Chokon, you want to do your closing? Yeah, 30 seconds. Then
but what did Chokon open before you got me close now?
My man, Chokon, my brother. Even if we don't open, we can close.
The man never open, but he won't close.
Yeah, we have to really go. Yeah.
Can I play my uncle close? Go ahead, uncle.
Thank you very much, everyone, and I want to register my sincere apologies for not appearing on the show as often as possible. That is because I have been actively engaged with party duties.
I know, right?
But just to
no, Chogon, way small. So Chogon, the party many has been holding you back a little bit. But
that could be your choice of work, but in the United States, I co-preside over the Secretariat of CDC USA, and that comes with a whole lot of responsibility.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Wow, that's
so.
Go ahead,
Chogon. So when we were growing up, we used to hear that politicians are crafters and implementers of lies and false promises. For example, if a kid is growing up and they say that they want to be a politician, people say, oh, you want to be a liar. But I think that definition of a politician, there is a crucial need for that definition to be changed in our days and age. Instead of it being the crafters and implementers of lies and false promises, politicians should be seen as people who are crafters and implementers of life-changing policies. The Liberian people elected this government, and all of us over here who supported this government, we should be self-accountable. If we are realizing that the government is not taking the path that we thought they would have been on, we should man up, reach out to the people we encourage to vote for this government and apologize to them. Tell them that we led them in the wrong direction. There's no way around it. From what the government is doing right now, I can clearly see that in summary of what my brother Sandy was saying, the government lacks direction. And when an institution lacks direction, that is when they make some of the mistakes that this government is making. All of the things that the government said that they will have prioritized, it is the same thing that they are giving limited attention. Those sectors that they said that they were going to prioritize are some of the worst in Liberia. And I keep saying this, people say that I'm saying it based on my political link, but Liberia is extremely hard. The economic situation in Liberia is nearing a crisis proportion. Our people living in rural Liberia, they are almost at the point where they cannot afford a daily meal. This requires the government to act and act actively, because nobody should say that the government is responsible for the people. The government is responsible. The government is responsible to ensure that they are creating an enabling environment for our people to live. So if our people in the interior are suffering and people saying that the government cannot go in the interior and put rice on the fire for the people, that is unfortunate. The government should be able to create jobs. The government should be able to create opportunities so that those who are taking our raw materials from Liberia, they are giving back to the community. They are just shared. And if any company is refusing or reneging on their responsibility, the government should take some proactive step in ensuring that happens. That is the responsibility of the government. So I'm not here to pet this government. This government is not a baby. Waka is not a baby. This government, the government needs to act. The government needs to rescue our people without providing a single inch of excuse. So we are calling on the government to act. The government should be more proactive. We think they are not doing the things that they promised the Liberian people. The Liberian people are suffering and they need to act now, or the Liberian people will come outside and speak in a rude tone that they wouldn't accept. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So we left with just Emmy and Mobile now. Then we'll bring our brother Momo on. Mobile, you want to go first, then Emmy?
Yeah, thank you to my fellow panelists. It was a great show, and we know, this government will get a lot of punches from the opposition. They expect that already, and we that supported this government from the usual stage, we see those things happening. But we're not deterred to see or to say or to tell the Liberian people what we're seeing. When it comes to maybe a bad governance, we say, when a good one, we say, But some of us come on the show, we just emphasize on all the bad things. Everything that's happening in the country is bad. Nothing good. I know some people think say the government come to get a job, then getting a job, they vest. So even when the government pay for the road, they will say that the road not paved good, whole in the quota. But let's go to the issue. I will start with the assets recovery thing. You know, as I listen to my brother Cindy, he said a lot of great stuff. But everything other people say, we understand. But people putting all the identical issues on the president, sometimes it just get me weak. Because if the president give you a mandate to do a job, you don't want for like Cindy, that listed a lot. How the investigation going on, we don't know. We just come on the show. We don't even get no information how these things work. But we just come here and fail. People pray for the asset recovery thing to fail. And they're talking about Joseph Boakai not doing anything. He get what they're collecting money for the 7 years old or for the 7 years experience in politics. All these things they say in it, they don't even have fact to it. That George alluded to. People come here and say no fact. Yes, you say that's a lot, no facts. But you just come here and say it because you want for your follower to hail you, to say, oh yeah, George doing well, George pushing our CDC agenda. And let me go to the core, like my brother said, he wanted to bring that in, but I will emphasize on that. The core that the old man called the president, I mean the former president, even when you see a call, not everybody answer a screen number, of course, or maybe private number. We that should be respected. But now when the president, you answer the call, the president texts you, then you make it out of plate, then you make it out of checker. You go around like a second 2 years old kid, telling everybody, oh, that private number, but he can't text me, you're telling everybody. That's how kid behave. And you get followers and who will come there and back it and say, oh yeah, somebody call you on private number. Maybe you answer and the person text you on that number.
That's a conversation we're gonna have tomorrow.
I know. Let me do my closing.
We really need to discuss this
a little bit. I wanted to test you a little bit. So that's when they say challenge way of behaving. That's it right there. Nobody would call me on private number, and then I know the person, and then when they text me back, I start telling everybody, oh, that the president call me. Oh. You can't answer, you test me, you call me a private number. That's being challenged. We shouldn't come here and celebrate that. We shouldn't come here and be saying, oh, because the president called him on a private number, he answered and the president texting, it means that the president now won't talk to him. The president trying to tell that, oh, I don't want to call you. So what you need to do, call back the president. That's how a civilized president do. That's how somebody who get conscious, who get what they say country at heart, because I what they always say. That's what they do. We shouldn't come here and sugarcoat things that we see the wrong thing, we do it because we feel that we want to give our job now, so we're there. When the government fail the role, it's not good. When the government do the one, anything the government do is negative. The government, they are already saying that the government has failed 100%, which of course we're looking at roads. We're looking at concession going on. We're looking at electricity. People celebrating electricity. I can remember in Georgia Redeem, who are in our country, he nearly killed some of us. We got to go to B&B or hotel to be there. But this time, when people go in Liberia, what happens? They get 24-hour electricity. Now, let me say this, right? I mean, when we were leaving to go, you know how many people were on the plane? They already bought the border generator. Because
I can attest to that, Nelson. I can attest to that.
There was no current, but today, you say the government do nothing, but people enjoying current. You say the government do nothing, but people enjoying water. Water running the country. You say the government do nothing, but look at the road construction that's going on. You taking glory for it. You say the government do nothing.
And I get picture to show too.
There are a lot of construction are going on and companies are going on. Everything is not 100%. But you see
people pushing water camera on Mama Point. Pushing water.
You're talking about Ferret Mill. I'll just tell you.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Yes, let me do my closing. Thank you. Y'all will come here and make it to seem that the entire country is in bondage. The entire country under the ground, nothing moving, everything that's started. And we will be able to debunk your lies. More especially, friends, every day you know talk positive thing about that country. The road, you say the road not good. You say current, no, current not good. That thing, that. All these things you come here, you just say it. It's not right. It's not right. You don't lie too much on the government. But today, people who in the country, they can attest to it. Oh yes, we enjoy electricity. We get running water. It may not be 100%, but a lot of people get running water, right? We get roads. Look at the construction. Look at Kakata road going on. Look at all the roads projects going on perfectly for the Liberian people. But we'll come here. We go, okay, you want for the president to say, Bekore,
man, stop crying, man. Stop crying. Your time over.
We're not
Stop
crying. We're here to defend the government. But when they do wrong, we say, when they do bad, when they do the right thing, we say, we're not here. People can lie to us, say, the Liberian people suffering too much. So nothing going on. Everything a lie. Your government stole a lot of money. They put investigating your election. They put let go to court. Your lawyer, the chief justice get whatever. The case that when the entry delayed because she wanted for evidence to be destroyed. She went 1 year plus before she reopened the case. She sent it back. You think we're stupid? Thank you, man. That's it. You can't be lying.
Maba, thank you. You did well. Thank you. You tried
did well, but you're not making.
So finally,
you get love.
Nobody's stupid. But anyway, hey, thank you guys. So once again, right? President Boyka is a president. He has, according to y'all, I don't know how long he's been working in government. According to people, he has 40 years of experience. And like I said before, I don't think when you say 40 years of experience, he have 40 years in every areas of the government that he can perfect it by himself. That's why he hired people to do what they're supposed to do. Those people are supposed to be the technocrats. They're supposed to be the professionals. They're supposed to be the ones that tell him that this is what we need to get this job done efficiently, right? And for it to be done right. He would not come up and say that I'm giving you this job, but this is what needs to be done, and that's what needs to be done. And this, no, I think there was a political will that when he came out and did a executive order for the assets recovery, that is a political will. Now, did he give all the resources or whatever that needed for that job to be done rightly? I don't know. Okay, that's another something. And the people who are that were appointed to do that job, did they do it perfectly from the beginning? We saw some, technical glitches here and there. It wasn't done right. We can say that, right? It was kind of hitching in the mud here and there. But for us to sit here and say that, oh, nothing happening, it's been 1 year now because they said they won't let it, the other person built one, they said they knew what happened, they lied and they told it. Why didn't come on? Ladies and gentlemen, that is not how it works. Like I said before, you need evidence. You need you need your witnesses, and you gotta provide it in court. You know it, I know it, but when you go to court, that's not what you're taking to court. You gotta go prove it. That's how it works. And you think somebody wants to steal money, or they're going to take things there and then put it in the open that when you already told them that you're coming after them. Come on now, that's not how it works. If they had to kill people, they would kill people to hide it. Just because they don't want it to come out. If they had to take it out of the country, they would do that.
A new line you're getting now. New line.
If it has been taken out of the country, you have to go through tooth and nail together to get proof for it because it's not in the country. So for us to come in and say, oh, these people, that's why I said, we don't know whether they are working in the bank. And I think my brother needs to come and say it. Not everything will come here, maybe because they did it wrong from the beginning. So maybe they're doing a little digging in the back. We don't know. And that's exactly what I said. And it happened. So don't let anybody come here and tell you about la. You are not enjoying. There's no way anybody can be enjoying. Then you can't tell them and say, that enjoy me, you do it, not enjoy me. Then they put and say, oh yeah, that's you, and I enjoy me. So I don't understand when they're talking about lying and bringing somebody to power, lying and do. When President Boyka said he would make sure children would not be in the shoe or something, he never told you say I would do it in 6 months, I would do it in 1 year, I would do it in 3 months. He told you say he would make sure it doesn't happen. And this speech that my brother George just gave you, that's the speech that should be given in President Boyka 5 years. When we don't see any of these things that happen, then he can get that speech and say President Boyka has failed. He never did any of these things, and he never did that. He never did it. But for him to come in and give it in 1 year, 3 months or 4 months, that is just so premature. And where he getting his data from and say that if you don't do something in 1 year, in 6 years of presidency, that means you are failed already. No, we are concerned about our people. Yeah, things should be done, but there are a lot of things that is going on there. You cannot develop a country without building good roads. I think there's a video that Formula pointing at something. Business people, they're going to Liberia. People that are going to invest. They lose money because of bad roads condition. Okay? The president is focusing on road right now. People go over there and there's a lot of things. Electricity. How are you going to something electric when you buying fuel every day and paying more generator and doing this and doing that? He's taking care of that. Those are the things. Those are the little things that you do before people try to come in the country to invest. Even us Liberian here, we don't want to go in Liberia where Liberia was looking. A lot of us, unless you want to come in and play politics or blind eye to everything. Nobody wanted to go there the way we're looking. We want stable internet. We want stable electricity. We want good roads. Anybody here, if you tell me you don't want that, then there's something wrong with you.
We want clean and safe drinking water.
Be mute.
Just to add up.
You need to stop doing this, princess. So for those things to be going on and for somebody to come and say the president is not like that because he hasn't perfected assets recovery or because people little kids are still in the street. Little kids will be in the street, of course, because the thing I put them in the street in the first place, it did not take 1 year to happen. They were in the street for 6 freaking years, or even more than that. It's not going to take 1 year to get them out of the street. To get them out of the street, how? And I came here every time I came here. I told you during the election, President Bouaga is not going to turn Liberia into bread and butter overnight. It will even get tougher before it gets better because of what had happened in Liberia. And that's what's going on now. Don't let nobody come here and tell you, say, after all that happened for the past 6 years or so in some of the 12 years, it's just going to be bread and butter in 1 year. That is a myth. Don't let nobody come here and preach that politics on you for you to believe that. I think you're in Liberia, you're seeing what's going on there. And the people that knew better, they know all that needs to be done now. They know what's supposed to be done in government. All of a sudden, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, they never had eyes to see, but now they are so super. They can do it now just because you said rescue. Rescue doesn't mean you are God or you are a magician. No, it takes time to get it done, especially when you keep a matter right into the core, and that is what's going on. Thank you. We will be here to remind you when people come here to mislead you. Thank you, Liberian people. I appreciate it for listening to Tabata and all people like everything.
We'll be here every day.
Thanks a lot, Emmy.
You try, but you don't make it.
What up, Momo?
I can see the love in your eyes. I can see the love in your eyes.
Birthday today. We want to, in a very special way, say happy birthday to you as you celebrate your 18th birth anniversary today. And we wish you all the best.
Are you looking at 18?
They call I want deduction or subtraction, or Josh. Like all the mad people.
Just accept it. Whether that's deduction, whether that's subtraction, just take it.
That Unity Party handsomeness yet. Unity Party don't produce ugly people.
There you go.
45 years younger. But guys, I thank you guys so much, man. The fact that you guys are here, to celebrate me tonight means a lot to me. Despite the politics, of the day, we can go at each other, but this right here means a lot. And from the bottom of my heart, man, I want to thank you all for acknowledging my birthday, man. 45 years younger.
Look. I'm not calling you up, man. I really appreciate that. I know it takes hard for you to do what you've done. You know what I mean? To keep your shirt on today. I mean, that's a hard work.
Look at this man. Why you just shut up? What kind of man is up?
Y'all need to like say something.
The man admiring your physical morphology. He refusing to
Momo, first thing first, I just want to say, bro, happy birthday to you, man. I've been knowing you over the years. Consistent, obviously, attention to detail, driven goals. Professional.
bro, I don't even know what to say, man. You are one of those Liberians in the diaspora that I really, really look up to, and all that you have achieved in your personal and professional lives, bro. So as you celebrate your 45th today, man, I just want to wish you all that you have done achieved here and some more. So happy birthday to you, man.
This is a mess.
Nothing, not to bring people all the way to the camera.
Thank you. Just a worst stage.
Thank you, all the best,
man.
Continue to grow. Continue to look good.
Let's
Party Monday.
Coming, guys.
Let's go by the queue. Let's go by the queue.
You always try to be honest, and you always try to speak your mind.
Why are you jumping in your front here?
Yeah, we're going by the queue, my man.
No, but you didn't tell me
that.
that.
You're talking, I ain't talk.
Let me finish that, Nelson. Don't do that one to me. I'm a boy already. Oh, well, Nelson, what's the problem?
You see a shit on your face, that's a cow.
You see somebody praying, Nelson, the pastor drop the mic. I pray and taking mic from me.
Go ahead. I know that think that glass is young.
But man, you said the man should go ahead and interrupt him.
But we still go ahead.
Momo, I wish you God's blessing. Continue to grow. Continue to look young. You know, people who always coming to say negative things, they won't get older than you.
Oh.
And because you
get nonsense.
They made them there are many 45 years old, but you're not 45 looking girl. You know, you're 16 years old because you know you putting yourself together, you using your energy in the right direction. But other 45 year old, yeah, you see how they looking, but they get leave it like that. I wish you long life and prosperity.
Oh man.
Josh already tell you message.
So who next? I don't want to say something before they say that now your time.
You friends,
he knows that.
Okay, I'm next.
Yeah.
All right, Mo. You know, Mo is my junior uncle, right? From Foya, the Lofa County tradition. Even though sometimes he get at me, but you know what? It is not easy for us to go to bed and wake up safely when our Creator gave us that opportunity to go 365 days. I think we got reason to praise him, and that praise is personal, you know, just to, you know, like I've been around the corner for 47 more, just so you know, I'm older than you too. But I think you're looking good for your age, more than some people we know on the set and some people we know in our country that got 11 children. But that's not too bad, a blessing. In my own personal little corner, on behalf of myself and the people in my corner who want to say more to you in real time, not politics, happy birthday, and we wish you wellness, we wish you good health, we wish you prosperity. So that all of us, one of these days, we can have the motivation to go back home and to put our own ideas, our own perspectives, leadership-wise, into a new Liberia, especially, I would say to you as a dual citizen, thank you for your service, my brother. Happy birthday.
You see, I'm friends and 1 million to hold me when you go for politics. And I can talk about dual citizen here.
But dual citizen, I come to make it out with you. So people in the country, dual citizen, including Joseph Baga.
My man, do the birthday wish and be out of here.
I just let it drop it on you so you can.
Okay, Tamba. If I'm not mistaken, today should be my third direct interaction with you. But I do respect you as a big brother, and I admire your tolerance, your respect for others, and your ability to amicably resolve issues with people who are even hard on you. As you turn 45 years of age today, I want to wish you all the best, and I want to ask you that you should be inspired by the suffering of your people. All of your actions and inactions should be based on the struggle of our people back in Liberia. And for that, I want to wish you a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious birthday. Thank you so much.
That? How are you, boy? From the please translate that for us.
I got to look at the dictionary tonight. No, you gotta go to translation. This is not dictionary. It's a book and beyond dictionary.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, little brother. Thank you, my man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, look, too late, man. It's a pleasure, getting to know people. My grandma once said to me, she said, knowing people is easy. Only meeting them is hard. So when you meet people, you get to know them, and I know you're a very stubborn guy, and for the short time I know you, you're a fighter as well, just like every one of us here, in our own way. But look, we appreciate that you've come along, and we made this a family now. So it is, a sense of ecstasy, to see a brother turn, another plus year older, and myself speaking to you, you might think that, I'm some, way older than you. I'll be celebrating my 45th as well in September. In September, I'll be turning your age. So it is a pleasure. I hope I can live to see the time you've lived to see. It's incredible to be on here to share. And like I said, I'm very, I'm proud of you, because usually your share is not on you. But to have your share on you today, it takes a lot of energy to do that. So, my man, kudos to you. Have a wonderful. I hope you invite me for the party, man. I want to come. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So I don't have a speech to make. I'm just gonna say happy birthday. I know I just met you as well, but you are a intelligent person, friendly, and who love his country. We talked a lot about Liberia, and you had so much, goodies to offer to our people in our country. And we just wish that, people that are there, who are there, like Sandy said, will stop seeing us as, stop being intimidated by us, or start seeing us like we are coming to take their jobs. Liberia is all of our country. We love Liberia. We don't want to cause any harm. We got a lot of intelligent young men and women in this country that want to do so much. Some of us, it's not politics. It's just, a lot of things, but most of you is politics, and you got so much to offer. It doesn't matter what side, there's something we sit on. I talk to a lot of you, but Momo is a brilliant guy. He's always talking about Liberia. He always have an idea. And, I pray that God keep you. They knew Liberia that we are all praying for it. I pray that God keep you and continue to make you strong and younger. For 45 years, look at you. You look like you, don't mind George, you look like 18-year-old. That you guys will go back and make that difference that we all want to see, because you have been out of there. You know what we need. You know what needs to be done in Liberia, and that He will give you a long and healthy lives to make that come to pass. And God bless you. May the Lord keep you, your dreams and everything, may it come true. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my brother Momo, thank you for coming on, and also thank Nelson for connecting us always, because we are Nelson bringing us here. We don't know each other, and I want to say happy birthday, and do what you're doing. Don't listen to distractors like people like George. Then come here, focus on our rescue mission. Say the right thing. Don't listen to George, because he will come here to manipulate your mind, to say things that is not in the in the direction of our agenda, but he would just lie about it. Say why you and friends.
What kind of political speech you give me?
I thought it would be birthday. I thought it would be birthday.
Yeah, the birthday. I gotta include all the people and all the.
Get a mention that man gave birthday.
I give my own birthday speech.
Go ahead.
I know what I talk again. Enter your soul.
No problem.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Momo, I want to say once again, happy birthday, my brother. Be safe, enjoy yourself. Let's focus on our rescue mission. Let we tell the Liberian people the good things that the government doing. When they do wrong, we say it. And since I've been knowing you, you've been a very respectful and a big brother to us on the show. And you give everybody that respect. And I want to say thank you for that, and also keep what you're doing again. Happy birthday, brother. Long life, prosperity, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, amen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, again, we want to say happy birthday to you, Emo. We wish you all the best, brother. As the newest member of our team, we appreciate your contribution, and we want to wish you all the best on this special day of yours. The guys are saying they want you to. I don't know who's calling you. I don't know. Oh, Alfred.
One of the men.
Okay, Alfred. Quickly, you.
Jacobo.
I'm constrained to come on tonight to join the Fox studio to say happy birthday to you. And you have been a firebird, and we are on a rescue train.
How can you be on the train? You taking all the train tire from on it, then you say
you be on the train and you be taking all the tire and
yeah, don't get me accident. I buy me water. Don't let me know.
We are the. You should call us the disrupted rescue cleaners. We are the one that will disrupt. I want to destroy the rescue agenda. So we keep doing that when it's not going right. Because we want that culture to be better. I'm not here for politics tonight. I just want to say happy birthday to my brother. Keep coming. Let us keep talking about Liberia, because this is the common denominator that we have that no one can, deport us from. So I want to say happy birthday to you again, brother. Let's keep exchanging our ideas for the new Liberia that we all hope for. Thank you so much, and have a happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jacobo.
So who raising the song? Ture, you want to raise the song?
What Joshua not need?
Yeah, come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
I plead the
Happy
fifth.
birthday.
No comment.
Don't plead the fifth. Amy, you got a nice voice. You supposed to lead it last.
No comment.
To you, dear. But y'all want to sing this song?
Happy
birthday to you.
Bless
You May God bless you, dear. Happy
birthday to you.
Man, look, let me say one final thing to you guys. Man, I just don't know how to thank you guys enough for what you guys have done tonight. I have been totally overwhelmed by the love and support from this team. Sometimes you never know how valuable you are to people on a special occasion like this, that you get to see your people relish you in this kind of manner. Despite of the different political divide we find ourselves in, tonight just shows that when we are all united, we can push our country further. So I want to thank you guys, man. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, that you guys made my day. You guys made my birthday the one that I've envisaged for years. This 45th birthday has not been compared to any other because of you. So thank you so much.
Don't do that. That'll make me blush.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Bro, you good, man. This is family, right? This family right here, bro, Momo. This family couldn't have been this tight without Nelson. All right.
Yes.
Nelson, we want to say thank you for bringing young professionals together. You know what I mean? Their friendship supersede everything now. I don't have to worry about creeping anywhere else when I go in Atlanta. I know my bro Momo there.
Of course. The red carpet will be laid on the floor for you to walk on.
And the same way in Australia when I
Josh.
Farmer saying Australia.
Bring Matt.
Oh, rely on Josh.
When you want to go to Australia, you must wear
I know you're coming to stupid there.
But yeah,
So,
God,
but
thank
guys,
you, man. Thank you so
I
much.
mean, we are in this together. I think this is possible as a result of the energy, the commitment, the support we all giving to this, and I think this is more of a teamwork, and every single member of the team comes with a unique contribution, a unique perspective that's valuable enough for much of the team. And we want to say thanks to everyone. And we look forward to being here again tomorrow. And just a quick one, guys.
I gotta go to bed.
Due to the capital building thing, there's some adjustment to our schedule now. Tuesdays, Thursdays, no, that's Mondays and Wednesdays are off, and so we'll be coming on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday. Tuesday.
So I'll give you guys a link on Monday to join me.
To do what?
You want to
do what? And we look forward to being here.
Tell me.
Until then, have a good night.
You want to talk?